Hey, DOT community, this is Alon coming at you with a special 1.39 roundtable update. And I just realized in all the hubbub and commotion that this is not titled and thumbnailed correctly. It's totally fine. I will fix it later. Thank you, DOT community, for joining me. DOT developers, I know you're probably watching this video. Thank you for joining. Of course, I do want you to make sure that you pay attention the entire way through, because we are going through all of the 1.39 release notes. Also, we will be talking to a lot of guests tonight. They're going to be moved down here very shortly. We have a bunch of people that are going to be able to get their input in tonight. It's going to be great. People in the chat, of course, as always. I'm hoping that a lot of you are going to be willing to participate as well. If it's, very long, lengthy stuff to read, of course, we're going to hope to get to as much of it as possible, but no promises, of course. Xenochrist, Fury, Haluka Smith, Soldier, Gary, David, thank you. Awesome, thank you for joining. So, the roundtables, of course, as always, are always a lot of fun. And, of course, we have a lot of people that always enjoy participating. So, hopefully, people are going to... I'm just going to move Jim. All right, Jim. We're the people, Jim. It's all right. But, of course, we're not going to get started completely yet. I just want to make sure everything looks good. Everything looks good and sounds good, I'm hoping. Yes. Because we'll go through the update notes, of course. I will go in-game as well. There is some big news, of course. My thumbnail would represent that. But, you can most definitely start moving people. Do you not hear me? I hope so. Hey, Captain Howdy. Has anyone else been here serving?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I just tried to move out, it wouldn't move her.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
I don't know why. Move to Roundtable.
I got her.
And Sage.
Yeah.
Move to Roundtable.
Is it working?
I don't know. I'm doing Soldier now. I just did Sage.
Alright. It should. Anyway.
It let me move Tark, so I don't know why it's not letting me move these other people.
Oh. Alright. Well, I can do it then. It's not a problem. We're still waiting for more people to join.
Right.
But anyway, you still have the ability to mute anybody, deafen people, throw them out, all that fun stuff. So,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. But I do appreciate everybody showing up on time. And I actually started my stream on time, too. So, of course, a lot of people that are tuning in, this is like the first 5 or 10 minutes of some people's streams where they just have music up, and they're just waiting for everybody to join in. So, but not a problem.
Austin 13 should be the last one.
I just threw Austin out. I'm sorry, Austin. Just reconnect. I didn't mean to. The button is so close to move. Disconnect is right there. Just jump back on, Austin.
Hello.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, Austin. Just reconnect. I didn't mean to. The button is so
Come on,
close.
Gary. Oh, I'm such a noob.
Hey, Zalon. How you doing?
I'm here.
I know, Gary, but you're not muted in the background? Come on. Thank you, Prometheus.
No, I wasn't, because I wasn't talking to anyone, and I had turned it up again. So.
Gary. All
Yeah,
right.
mute.
Well, but thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary, for showing up, because we know this is not, and Tox too. This is a very odd time for you, so thank you. Do appreciate it. Got 20 people watching. All right, so we got Salah, Lord of the Fly, Austin, Warhammer T, Nitram, Lucas Smith, Austin Bird. All right, awesome. Anybody else, of course, that does have invites as well to join the roundtable, make sure you just jump in that waiting room, and as long as you're on that list, Jim's got it. He'll move you down. Just keep an eye, Jim, and make sure nobody gets too out of control. Chance isn't here yet, so you're not going to have to worry too much.
Yeah, he may be number 9, but he's going to be number 11.
Right? He's going to get bumped.
Hey, he's going to be 17.
All right, cool. All right, so anyway, we got Austin, Crazy Talks, we got Chef, we got Gary, we got Jim, we got Prometeo, Soldier, Sage, who is, I'm not sure if he's been on before or not. Maybe, I think once. But Sage is the other leader of Raiders, along with Val. So it's the king to Val's queen. So it's awesome to have Sage on with us tonight, and Val as well. So
Doesn't sound like Jim's happy about it.
nice.
Dorman.
What?
Get my coat.
Get my coat. Yeah, right. Oh gosh.
You have a ticket?
Yeah, right. You got a ticket. There you go.
Yep. 16, Jim. It's graceful, isn't it?
Awesome.
Telling you.
All right, so basically how this is going to work is when I'm going down the list of the release notes, everybody can comment on everything. I don't care about any of that, but we do want to make sure that we're not all talking over each other. The thing is, everybody gets at least one soapbox, which means you can stand up, talk about whatever you want at any point in time, because something anywhere in these release notes may trigger something, and you're like, got to talk about it. You just say, I'm going to soapbox, and that's cool. You do what you got to do. You say what you want to say. The DOT community's here to hear you. The DOT developers are going to hear you, because like I said in the beginning of the stream, they are going to listen all the way through to every single bit of this roundtable, because everything that everyone has to say is important. So, there you go. So yeah, other than that though, we do want to keep most of your comments fairly on the short side so that everybody can get a chance to say something if they would like to. So as long as everybody's cool with that. Is everybody cool with that?
Zalon, I'm going to use my soapbox right now.
Oh gosh, you can't do that, Prometeo.
Of course I can. I'm going to say, thank you, Zalon.
Yeah,
this is something that had to be done, and we're glad that you're doing it. And it needs to be done more often, and if the developers just asked us to do it, we would.
Most definitely. Yep. But that's fine, Prometeo. When you say you want to use your soapbox, it means you want to say something that's longer than a minute. All right, so you're fine. That was still fine. So, but anyway, other than that, Chance number 5 will be on shortly. Oh, Chance. All right, number 5. Excellent. Too late. Thank you, Chance. I really appreciate that. So we're going to start with, real quick here, because I do have everybody on. I want to start with the 20 new PvP maps, the 10 VP maps, the 5 gold maps, 5 farm maps. Now, a lot of us have either seen these maps during this event currently that we're going through, if you have the update already, or you've seen them on live streams. So if I get a little bit more zoomed in here, what does everybody think about all these new maps? Because in all honesty, I like that they're different. I mean, at the same time, though, does it make a ping pong land all that much more difficult? I haven't noticed it much of a difference. So, is it great for VP lands? Yes, because I know how many people, of course, are constantly hitting VP lands. So concentrating and giving 10 VP maps, I think, is really good. Not so much worried about the golden food. So that's just me. But anybody else can chime in on what they think about this addition to the game, because I think it was long overdue. So
Some of them are a bit big.
some of them are a bit big, Gary. So what you're just saying?
Yeah.
You're not a fan of the bigger ones?
It's not really, no. It doesn't really matter, but they are quite large. But I suppose if you're having a war in it or something, and full team against full team, you're all right.
So some of the VP lands are going to be obviously more difficult due to the size. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else can chime in. Doesn't matter.
I think it'll be nice for the fact that it's not the same lands that you're hitting over and over again.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. I've been bored. I've been bored. Like, you get into a game, you hit the same thing over and over again. I enjoy going down to the Go League to play at my mini because I saw lands that I haven't seen in a while, only because the lands are a little smaller and they got like the different maps on them. But I'm looking forward to seeing new maps altogether.
Except for that one map. Everybody knows that one map that has that 1 minute timer. You're like, not this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
I think it's nice to keep it, kind of fresh, but at the same time, with new maps, there's going to be new glitches, there's, next thing you know, there's some troop running off in the corner that you can't find.
Exactly.
So I don't know about these particular maps here, but if they really want to make maps interesting, they'd let us place our troops on our castle where we want them to. That would be interesting.
Yeah. I know that would definitely add another layer of strategy to be able to put your troops where you would like them to. So.
Yeah, ideally the game would evolve to a point where folks can design a map and it can go into some sort of a testing ground. People can test it out, and then the community could approve it for general circulation. But that's kind of fantasy on my part. The fact that we have some variety is nice. One thing I would like to emphasize is that there are certain lands that are difficult from a grinding perspective to maintain speed and load troop losses on, and you can kind of figure out what they are because they have a certain configuration of troops, and it's gold versus food. And I would hope that each of these lands that they've introduced to the game would not overlap with an existing configuration, so that we can still identify what we're about to be attacking from a ping pong perspective. Because if you know what you're looking for, then it makes it easier to keep your speed up, and a lot of the free players really rely on fast grinding.
Everything okay, Jim?
No, I'm trying to move these people and it's not letting me.
Oh, all right. Just checking.
Oh, Jim. Oh, Jim.
I know, right? He says he gives me the power and I have nothing.
I had you test it before the stream, and you were able to move Tox. But that was probably...
Yeah, I was able to move Tox, but that was it.
Yeah.
I'm at my computer if you want to mod me, Zalon.
Yeah, I could.
Well, you got me moved over.
Yeah, I know. I moved. I moved everybody myself. It's not a problem.
Yeah, he moved you.
Not a problem. So there you go. All right. So on to the next one. 7 new Theaters of War maps. This, to me, just is saying, all right, well, we revamped Theaters of War, so you're maybe not be as bored this time around. Okay, I get it, but at the same time, to me, it just adds that factor. It's not as exciting as I would hope. Like, hey, we're going to take Theaters of War. Well, I should say this. One good thing about Theaters of War is they did get rid of 2-star drops in the at least in Gold 2. So I do have to say that. That was one thing in Theaters of War that I liked recently that was done.
Theaters of War is one area where I think having a higher challenge level is perfectly fine, and I'm not against at all them forcing us to move down a corridor where you're going to have to put your troops into the line of fire of ranged troops like grenadiers and archers in order to get in on Titan and some melee troops that are back in the back. I don't see why that would be a problem for anybody.
Anybody else?
I like the new variety for Theaters of War. Again, I think having the same map over and over again, it's just, I think it's the repetition that gets me.
All right, you're all set, Prometheo.
It's always good to have more maps.
I mean,
Some people like some maps more than others.
Was it confirmed that those maps are specifically for that, or are we going to see those on Garrison Defense as well, or anything?
It seems to only talk about being in Theaters of War, so I don't think Garrison maps are being changed, which again still needs to be addressed. I know Theaters of War and making things more exciting for PvP is great, but Garrison maps, that still needs to be addressed because didn't they mention before that we were going to have all just the same, either the same Garrison map so that everybody would be on the same playing field? Have we not heard that before? And
it certainly hasn't happened.
Yeah, nothing has happened with that whatsoever. I know plenty.
They said that, but they never did it. The only thing they did is give everybody the same troops on the garrison, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Still, it's nice to see some effort.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, I'd say definitely no complaints about new content, and something like TOW, which can get repetitive. This should be standard. Thank you. Good job. I'm also more looking forward to the new Throne Wars maps. But, sorry.
Yes, actually, there is one thing I want to mention about Throne Wars. JJ. Is the fact that if you, and I'll show it off here later when I jump into game after we get done talking about all of the update information. But if you have any old Throne Wars relics, you'll notice that the new relics that come in the new Pantheon collections are very similar. So it just so happens to just put another nail in the coffin for the hopes of getting that back, unfortunately, because if they're using those relics, like the images, to be the relics in the collection, doesn't sound like they're really planning on ever bringing it back. So, it sucks. Besides from that, though, we have a few more people that joined us here.
Throne Wars is just too unworkable from a developer side. It's just a nightmare to manage that. It was a good idea, but they didn't think through how it was going to affect their servers, and that was
the demand.
Yeah, the demand. Yeah, it was, and even the mechanics of it wasn't well thought out because you're sitting there waiting for 1 or 2 second window to hit a land, and that's just not realistic for any kind of workable mechanics of the game. So I don't think that's ever coming back. I think that was pretty clear from the last one.
we pointed out after the last Throne Wars that if they just capped it at like each player can only submit, say, 3 lands, and then there's a timer, just cut down the volume somehow so that that you're not going to overload the server. There are ways you can work around these problems, and they just threw up their hands and let it drop, even though the overall format was fine.
What was really cool about Throne Wars was the titles and all that kind of stuff. If they could find a way to work that into the game with some other type of, maybe it was through season rewards or something like that, that would be cool, But the actual Throne Wars itself is, I think it's just unplayable.
So we also have, let's see, who else joined us here? Shy and Vintage and Churro are all on with us as well. So thank you for joining. As always, feel free to interject anywhere when I'm going along the update. It'd be great to get anyone's input because, again, just as much as the DOT community wants to hear it, the developers are going to hear it. Please make sure to listen all the way through. I'm going to keep on mentioning that continuously throughout the stream. So, yeah.
Churro, do you expect to go live later?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Okay, great. So there you go. After show at Churro's house later.
Yeah, see?
Does everyone have it yet?
So save all your craziness for then.
Yeah, be
So
prepared.
I was lied to. Kidding.
Thanks, Val.
I was told it got canceled.
Oh, really?
No, that was yesterday.
Do not believe Chef. Chef will lie.
Mm-hmm.
Fake news.
But there is big
Thanks,
news.
Chef.
There is big news. Some of it was revealed very late in Chef's stream and added to his thumbnail. It's on my thumbnail for this video. But, unfortunately to say, I was in a huge rush and I didn't change it. You'll see it all very soon, though. So don't worry. Big news, though, DOT community. You better stay tuned, because if you haven't seen or heard about it yet, you're going to be very excited to hear it. So,
Okay.
Yep, exactly. So I already shared it on my Discord server, so most people have already seen it, at least in here.
You can tell you're a dev with the way you build things up.
Oh, well, it's also because I want everybody to stay till the end. Here we go. So anyway, we got new avatars. I thought this was kind of like, yeah, here's something, but we haven't put a lot of effort in it. Because, I mean, their selection, it was okay. Zeus, great. Poseidon, he's got a cool beard. Athena, Odin, yeah, he's pretty cool looking, definitely. Thor, people definitely like him. Loki, people like him. Runa, 2-star, I get it. I put her on my test account. But Valwyn, that was a little weird. But they could have definitely selected a few other Titans as well, because the Titans they selected for the loading screens are way more, with the current game. So, I don't know. These avatars seem like this is what they would have put out last year. Does everybody agree?
Well,
I agree.
yeah, I think Ward on NTG made the suggestion to me offline, and he said it many times before, that if you get a Titan to level 60, then you should unlock their avatar. And so, in the case of people like Chef Base Guy that have Life Spark, that would definitely give you some ability to flex. So I think, better this than nothing, but look, we can go a lot farther, and they can turn it into a whole prestige system where, if you have the Titan, you max it out, you unlock prestige, you get the avatar that you can use in the game. That would be cool.
Agreed. I think that is more rewarding,
Agreed.
and I think that would be better, because who out there, when they get the brand new Titan, would like to just throw it as their avatar? Because a lot of times everybody's going crazy about whatever the new Titan is. I think a lot of players would do that.
Me.
Yeah, there you go, Austin. Exactly.
Yeah, man, I think this was definitely just, they threw something in for free, some minor update, cool, no complaints, but definitely can be developed a lot better. And Wardon's idea is just simple and yet brilliant.
There you go.
We can't complain, but...
Yeah. Again, a lot of these things that I'm just going through, of course, some people would be like, what are you even bothering? I'm just addressing everything in here. I'm just addressing everything that they have in here, because some of it, obviously, people are going to ask, when do we get new avatars? That was a constant question on the developers' live streams all the time. And it was just kind of like, well, it's okay if you do something about it. Or it's the same with lore. Like, it's something, but it
doesn't really affect the game, though.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the game, exactly. But people would like it. People would like it, though. That's the thing.
An idea like Prometeo just mentioned, Wardon's idea, that, that is a flex thing. Maybe that is a little bit more than just, here's some throw-ins. But that's, if all the Titans were available to be made avatars, but there was a requirement ahead of time, that's a little bit different. Then you're creating challenges for people. Then you know what I mean?
Exactly. And there is stuff like that in other games. There is definitely stuff like that in other games.
at the very least, they could have, like, none of these Titans are meta.
Yep.
They're not even the current meta. You know, look, Zeus, it looks really cool. Like, I love that avatar. But none of these Titans are all, like you said, you already said that. So that's all last year. I mean, I think, you know, avatars, maps, you know, loading screens, you know, it's hard to get excited about these things. You know, I don't think most players really care about that. I mean, the amount of times you have to hit a land, you're going to figure out the map in no time anyway. So it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, it's a nice little variation.
It's to me, it's a bit of the loading screens is a bit of a facelift. That just makes you feel like you're playing the game that you're playing right now instead of last year or years ago. You know, that
you think it kind of refreshes everything?
I just think that's just a quick, like, hey, listen, when you're waiting in between everything, you're going to see a Titan that you actually give a crap about. Now, yeah, not all of them. I get it. But still, they tried to pick ones that looked cool. I mean, Thor's picture just looks really good. So, I get it. But besides...
He's useless Titan there.
Exactly. So, they just did that after they picked out the Titans that they believed were really, really good. Now, I'm surprised Necrosis not in here. But besides from that, though, they picked out a lot of Titans, and then they said, all right, which ones just look cool? And they're like, all right, well, let's just use Huntress, and let's use Thor. You know what I mean? So, that's how I think that was run.
To me, with the loading screens, I would be happy to, like, when I'm getting into a game, like, I'll be like, ooh, I got this Titan for this loading screen. It makes me want to go to the next match. And the one after that.
True. I want to say that, along what Austin said, in the very beginning of the game, when I first started playing, when I used to see the loading screens, I'd be like, oh, what's that? You know what I mean? So for newer players that are coming into the game, seeing all these Titans, the ones that are actually, like, ones that other people are playing with, and seeing them in the loading screens, they're like, oh yeah, I'm getting you eventually. You know what I mean? Especially LifeSpark when you keep on seeing them there. So
I think they should use the occasional loading screen for leaks.
Oh, I was just about to bring that up. That's a good one.
Put an unknown Titan on there one time, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, the legend of the Mystery Titan begins.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Exactly.
Kind of like what they did with the question stuff in the blog, right? When they put Ares.
Well, that was what I was just going to mention.
Spoiler.
As soon as they put Ares in there, everybody was like, "What's going on?" You know.
Yep, and then the Achilles leak on whichever platform that was.
That was
then
Android.
went through all the line chats.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Besides from that,
I 100% agree with that. I mean, this gets to the underlying, what's the nature, speaking on a meta level about what's the nature of these changes, and the nature of these profile pictures and loading screens is it's a cosmetic facelift that's probably overdue. But what we're saying is these exact same kind of changes could be made into something much bigger than that. They could become a delivery system for information about the game. They could become a prestige, cosmetic system for players to, show off about their achievements. I've been talking a lot about Battle Prime lately because I've been playing that. And their event system in that game is almost entirely based on cosmetics for the players, where you get skins and things that you can show off in the game for.
That's what Fortnite did too.
Exactly, and that's what Fortnite and CSGO did. And yeah, there's no reason we couldn't have more of that in this game that would drive player activity and reward players for the activity level they already have.
They could also pull random events. And, you got the loading screen, you got the splash screen, I get that. But you could put a generic text thing and then change the fill in the blank on a weekly basis, like so-and-so had top VP on the Master 2 server. That would be so freaking cool. Giving shout-outs and stuff like that to top performers and stuff like that.
Especially individual player top performances, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I meant to say is, Prometheo had top VP on Masters 2 server last week or something like that.
Yeah, why not? That'd be great. Or here are the number one players from all the master servers.
Champions.
Some prizes maybe as well.
Yeah, chances here.
You just had to put that right in there.
There we go.
So
I just want to make sure. We got to be accurate. I mean, everybody's listening. We got to be accurate.
That's true.
You can get your digs where you can, Chance, but you'll never get sniper.
That's right.
Yes, it's true.
So anything else about any of those maps, loading screens, avatars, anything else on that before I move on? Was that Shy? Were you going to say something?
Nope.
Okay.
Next.
All right, so new daily calendar rewards. This is awesome, but we found out something really bad today, and this is something that Salah wanted to bring up here in chat. And this has to deal with the fact that everyone, even when they do turn on the new calendar, you have to finish your current calendar before the new one will start. They have not turned on the new calendar yet, from my understanding, because iOS does not have it. Is that correct? Any iOS players have the update yet?
That is correct. That is correct.
All right, so no iOS players have the update yet. So because they said in today's Q&A that until both Android and iOS players have the update, then they will turn on the feature. When they do turn on the feature, you will have to complete your current calendar until the new calendar will come up. So not everybody will be starting at the same time again. As much as it sounds like they're trying to start everybody around the same time, everyone is still not going to start at the same time.
I thought they'd clean the slate there, to be honest. Have everyone starting at the same time.
So
another RNG thing in the game.
So unfortunately to say, that is the case.
So I gotta wait another 16 more days before I get the new calendar?
It depends. If they don't turn on iOS until Monday or Tuesday, and everybody has the update, then from that day is when you will have to wait, obviously, the rest of your days.
Yeah, but forest through the trees, like 6 months from now, we're all going to remember this day. Like, oh, remember when I had 10 days or 16 days or 4 days left?
All right, so besides from that, just the rewards itself, if we just look at exactly what we see right here on the screen, the gems are exactly the same as they were before, but everything else is pretty much different. I'm all for exactly what we see in the fourth week. I know a lot of us over for a good few months when we were like, we need a new calendar, that a lot of the ideas behind what the calendar should have this fourth week is pretty much what everyone was hoping for. You're looking at 4-star XP, 4-star relic token, and then of course the 3 tokens, the epic, the regular, and this new all element Titan token on day 26. So anything anybody wants to say about that? Because I think the Titans will still rotate, but that's probably the only thing that'll rotate out of this calendar. I believe everything else will stay the same. Anybody else have any ideas? Did I lose Discord? It's very possible. Did I lose everybody?
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, we're here. We're here.
Anyway, so what I was saying about the calendar. Anybody else have anything to say about the calendar? What you see inside?
Yeah, specifically about the calendar. It looks, comparing against what we have right now, they've basically bumped the 1-stars out for some 2-star and 3-star battle drops. They've gotten rid of spells and troops and, filled those in with some portal stones. The number of gems is the same. So really, it's all just battle drops. The portal stones, that's not going to change much in the game. That's just a filler, but it's better than spells. So, really all we have to talk about here is the addition of an epic token and, a 4-star all-element token. And, guaranteeing that someone's going to get a 4-star is a big deal. At the same time, the pool for that is not very impressive. So I think we're all happy to see that they finally responded to the demand for, more for early players and more rewards, on an ongoing basis. I'm glad that they didn't put that the all element Titan token at the last slot, so that failure to log in one time would mean you lose it. So it's in the same slot Durat is in now, and he's obviously a lot better than Durat. So, with that said, I think it's an improvement, but again, it's barely more than cosmetic.
There we go.
Yeah, it's like 6 portal stones. Why not make that 50?
Oh, absolutely. That should be as big as the first reward.
Come on.
Event.
Wait. You're talking about... Wait, 6 portal stones? You mean there's 40 portal stones for day 5 and there's 60 for day 17. Which one are you talking about?
Oh, you're right.
Oh, it said...
calendar below says...
Yeah, it said 2 on it. I thought that was the 2-star portal stone, which is 6 portal stones.
Oh,
all right, that's better.
That is much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was concerned, but it was mentioned on Churro's stream, I think it was, about the calendar. I don't know, or maybe it was somebody else, but they mentioned about how they didn't want to have to collect, like they were hoping that when you collect these, that they go to your inventory instead of going to your immediate portal stones, so that you could.
Yeah, I wouldn't be optimistic about that. It probably fills up your tank.
You think it fills right up?
So. Straight in.
Yeah, I wish it didn't, and it would be nice.
Level up.
It'd be nice to save it, but.
So, from the perspective of value, you're looking at the existing calendar has 725 gems. Adding 100 portal stones is almost doubling that value, because that's obviously 600 gems worth of portal stones. So, I think that it's like $1 or so of value, but it's at least something.
There you go. Anybody else want to comment about the calendar? Anything that you would like to see on the calendar that's not there?
Well, I think it's about time that they, I think they really finally got it right with the last 3 days there. If somebody logs in to their game, even from just a business model, if you log into someone's game every single day for 28 days, they should absolutely be getting 4-star relics and Titans and stuff like that. And, I've been playing this game for 4 years, and this is not necessarily exciting for me because I'm a max guy, but, it's about time that they start to realize that, giving a little is good.
Yeah. To add on to that point, if you log into Raid Shadow Legends every day for a month, it does actually try to give you, a champion and a loadout that you can use there. And if we wanted to see the equivalent thing in this game, then they'd have it on a rolling basis going through each class. And each month there'd be call it on top of what's already showing in here. They would add a relevant, not top of meta, but, near meta 4-star Titan. And at least 3 4-star relics from events that are, a year or 2 old, that are necessary in order to field that Titan, either for defense or offense. And they would add some, color around that in a message of the day to say, complete this month's calendar to get this Titan and these relics that synergize, for your defensive setups, or, to make your Grenadiers shine. And that would really help educate new players and get them on the way towards the end game. And by the way, there's no divine gems in there, so that's not helping anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point. No divine gems. Anybody else want a second? No divine gems.
Well, as you guys are talking about all this stuff, I mean, keep in mind, we have a lot of end game players on right now in Discord, but these mid castle level guys, looking in chat, AMJ, Captain Howdy, Frantic's making a comment, Warhammer, hey, end of the month, how's it going to work out? Or I have 28 days left, how's it going to work out? But all this is far superior as a level 12 to 17, even 20 castle guy than it was before. So, hey,
absolutely.
Okay, step in the right direction. Okay, baby steps, whatever. Yeah, there's nothing, okay, divide gems.
You're going Robo Chance.
Yeah, you're going Robo Chance.
200 divine gems and a monthly calendar as 3. Dang it! Am I off Robo yet?
But when people start to play the game, sometimes they give it up after 3 or 4 days. They get fed up of it. But if they know that they can get a 4-star if they keep going and keep going, that's what they might do rather than giving it up after 4 or 5 days.
It's true. That's true. Actually, that's a very good point, Gary. And the reason why is because everyone remembers this, and they still hear it from a lot of the newer players today. And the reason why Godan for a long time there was and Chef were allowing some on some events for some younger players to come up and get their first 4-star is because those newer players, one of the first things on their mind is, when am I getting my first 4-star? When am I getting it?
Yep.
You know?
And from that perspective, the new calendar fails on the communication level, because day 26, you've got this beautiful icon which communicates nothing about what you're getting. Doesn't have 4 stars on it, doesn't show a Titan, doesn't look like the Epic or the Titan tokens that actually look like a Titan. So, from that perspective, they aren't really making it clear to new players that if they stick with it, they're going to get more, relevant Titans.
Yeah, they should have done something like the Epic token and with the 4 on it or something like that. I don't know, different artwork.
King Extinction has graced us with his presence.
Hello, everybody.
What's going up, Extinction? Good to see you.
Welcome, Extinction.
What's up, Extinction?
Hey.
That's right. So, Extinction, are you upset that there's no Necrosa loading screen?
Yes.
I figured.
Of course there should have been.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So let's move on.
I think more than anything, this calendar is.
No, not moving on. JJ, come on, JJ.
Right. I just think that this calendar is really just a sign of the times. Offering these same items a year ago or 2 years ago were not really appropriate. But since the implementation of prestiging, I think that this is a lot more appropriate. And I think a couple people made some points when Prestige came out that they need to replace those 4-star Titans that we all use for food. And I think what we're seeing is they're giving us more 4-star Titans, as well as they're giving us more Titan food. So I think that this is appropriate for where we're at in the game. I think this is just great.
Yeah.
But I agree. Probably the icon for new players, because that would have been, imagine when we started playing this, all you have to do is log in for 26 days in a row and you get a 4-star
Yes,
Titan.
preach, right?
Bro,
Yeah.
I paid, I played for 2-3 months before I got my first one and had to grind out. This is great, but I think it's appropriate as a sign of the time.
If I could just throw in, I think day 21 should have been Dionysus. Day 22 should have been a 3-star Elemental Grasp.
Ooh,
Every month? Every month?
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want them to add a 5-star XP potion to the
calendar?
EV calendar. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that is far less radical than what Prometeo is proposing.
I thought you were going to say 5-star relic.
But one thing Prometeo brought up before that I think is really important too is that even though that might be someone's first 4-star Titan by day 26, they need to reskill a lot of those Titans that are in that altar to update them to some degree, kind of like what they did with Koldan and Drakor.
Well, but when you're a mid-castle level guy, any 4-star will work.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't keep going back to this. You've got to reskill Ulrich. You've got to do this. People at the end game want new stuff, and people who are in the mid game would work perfectly with any of the champions, for example, or anything like that. The older Titans will still work mid game.
Nicely said. Gary's running on barely any sleep, everyone. So come on, Gary, you're doing great.
I think progressive wise, this is the first step in moving, to really turning this calendar into something else. just my experience playing, like, short other games, they have a 30-day calendar, and then you go to another 30-day calendar, which leads into another one, and then at, like, the end of the 90-day calendar is, like, a first-generation 5-star or something like that. I think this could be the first step to, that next stage, and I think it might even be going in that stage with the way it's looking with this calendar,
The way everyone's going on about other games, well, go and play these other games then if you don't like it.
Yeah, traitors.
Traitors.
You know what I mean? If you don't
I'd like to point out, I
if you don't like
deleted
the
my
calendar,
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
go
So I only play this game.
Meteor's been mentioning other games since he got on.
I'm pretty sure I didn't mention any games, or Birdie's the one that said it, and I never said I didn't like those games, but I'm obviously playing Dawn of Titans.
Point fingers across the table. This is a very large table right now, so we definitely
you need a little nap.
It's definitely a round table.
Prometheo's guilty of it. All right, pass the calendar. All right, we're bickering.
Is everybody good? Is everybody good?
Yeah, I think Gary's just moody.
Okay. Gary needs a nap. All right.
You need a Jaffa cake and a cup of tea.
Right.
Definitely need a Jaffa cake.
Right. All right. So here we go. New Titan Pantheon collections. Now, if you didn't see my live stream last night, of course, collectors, power to the collectors. But we have the opportunity to be able to grab all of these Titans collections, at least the first tier, if you have them. So I'm all about the collections. I know other people are like, oh gosh, come on, skip over this, Salon. But when it comes down,
puff out your chest. We understand.
We do have to discuss a few of these relics. We do have to discuss some of these relics because it's even got Extinction, and a lot of these other players that have everything, quote unquote, and they see this, these new collections, and they're like, ooh, we got to get these, So, and how can we use these? So, a lot of players I know, as soon as they get the update, are going to be grabbing at least the second relic right after we talk about the Egyptian one, with Osiris, Anubis, Ra, and Bast. The majority of players got rid of Ra and possibly Bast. Most likely didn't get rid of Osiris. Most players probably have Osiris. And Anubis, maybe, yeah, because it was the first Egyptian. So let me know. Anybody here
just
super excited about it or no?
This is Zalon's favorite part. He's like, what do you guys have? What do you guys have?
Well, no. I want to know what people think
He's the only
about
one with the winter ring.
I want to know what people think about it, and if you think that you're going to be incorporating it in any major builds that you think. Anybody can.
I'm just ticked off. I have to go level Krampus.
All right. We'll get to that.
I think they did something really good with this War Gods One Ring.
You're gonna jump to the War Gods One Ring? We could just talk about that one first, and then everybody else can just crap on the other ones. We could do that. So,
there's two relics in this game that'll kind of make everyone happy and not really mess anything up for the other one. And the War Gods One Ring is really great, especially because of the fact that Bow of Gods is such a necessary relic for Hachiman. And if you don't have it, you kind of end up with this subpar mid-tier Hachiman. With this War Gods ring, all of a sudden, everyone is going to have that, third to fourth tier Hachiman. So, you don't have all these people being like, man, I really wish I would have had that perfect Hachiman. Now it's a little more attainable. It almost balances the field. So people without Bow of the Gods will now be able to improve on the defense that everyone's so in love with. I'm a big fan. I think that's my favorite one out of the group. It kind of evens the playing ground for a lot of players.
I think the first one would be great for PP.
Oh, so you're back to the Egyptians one? All right, Gary. Thanks for getting back into the program. All right, so here we go.
Zalon, sorry I'm late.
Oh, House, you're unacceptable, House. Hey, look how many people were here on time. Look how many people were on time, House.
Gene Wilder wouldn't take my golden ticket until after 20 people were in.
Oh, yeah? I see.
There you go.
Should just slip him a dollar.
I got a golden ticket. All right. So anyway, so you're thinking that the Egyptians one is actually going to be really good on for PP because of the 3 raised dead spells and the 50% troop void damage. I get it. Yeah, most definitely. People are thinking about Sekhmet too, I think, as well. So
why raise dead for ping pong?
Well, didn't you see the blog? It's like 40% of what people use.
I know, but they're so slow. If you want to be faster, you should be using raids.
Yeah, but you could just chuck them out on top of grenadiers.
Yeah, but you can just throw fireballs and they die instantly instead of having to raise from the dead. Raise dead or
not even
last year, bro.
Not even raise the dead. You
all right. So JJ says so last year. Anybody else says so last year? You could. This is the place to tell. Get your opinions out. JJ 2 cents is right.
No.
Raise dead is passe.
Oh, passe last year,
but passe, absolutely.
No, you're both right. Like passe last year, but like we're talking about people who are coming out of like, oh, I only had freeze to work with, and now they have these little skeleton troops that like do basically the same thing. Like they're just mixing it up. They're having fun. It's the mid castle guys that are using that. It's not endgame.
Egyptian amulet has nothing
even for non-endgame, man, people with Osiris. I mean, like we look at players like Austin 13 who already have Osiris. That's essentially just a quicker raise the dead spell. And you know, if you were going to put raise the dead spell, I feel like there should be raise the dead AP instead of horde armor and AP. You know.
Well, and like Prometheo, what do you have in your Sekhmet? Like I guarantee you have raise the dead spells.
Yeah.
The only one that I use on Sekhmet. You mean for defense or for attack?
I would think both.
You know, guys, this highlights a bigger issue. This relic here.
Hey, Zolan.
Good point.
Yeah, what house?
Zolan. Well, since Chance ain't doing his job watching chat, can you let Godian in because he was in the waiting table?
Oh, there he is. There he is. I was watching.
No, way to go, Chance.
There you go, Dan. How you doing, man?
There you go, Dan.
Yeah. Look, the Egyptian relic, nobody who has those 4 titans is lacking in ability to get raised dead spells. So it's not very impressive.
This highlights a pattern with the whole Pantheon thing. Anyways, guys.
I think it's okay.
You know, this highlights a bigger pattern with the Pantheon. Anyways, it's a mediocre relic. You know, maybe it has some use, but it's a mediocre relic. And you've got to level, outdated titans to get it. What's the motivation for anybody to actually do that? You know, as far as I'm concerned, if you really wanted to, if the developers, this is for the developers, if they really wanted to make the Pantheon something beyond, a collector's dream, then, every single tier 3 reward would be something that someone would want. Like it could be, change your game a little bit. I mean, I think most of the relics in the Pantheon are useless. There's, maybe 3 that I know of right now.
Dude, I don't even know how to get to the Pantheon. I don't even know where it is. Yeah, like Pantheon.
Get out of here, Chance.
Like,
yeah, look, if that was Sage, right? Yes. So yeah, you're absolutely right that when the Pantheon first came out, the ones that everyone looked at and they were like, oh wow, that's actually something I could really use. It was the Poison Tome and it was the Fire Tome, and then there's we've also got the Pandora's Box. I think those are relevant relics. The Resist relics I think didn't really pan out as being that useful. They looked good at the time, but they didn't even stack up really to the orbs.
The Helmet Wrath is really good though.
It's the same, but it's kind of the same situation though. Like, remember, like the old ones, it was like, oh, can I get Athena to 41? Now it's like, oh crap, I fused away 2 Raws. I have to wait for that to come back around. Like,
what annoys me about the Pantheon is you've got to keep them. You can't just level them to 40 and then get rid of it. You've got to keep them.
At least we get a heads up. At least now they're telling us, like, hey, you guys, be careful.
I agree with Gary because I had all those and they were all leveled and I got rid of them. Yeah. Now all of a sudden I can't collect that because I fused them off or something else. That's garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
I've already done that once.
They're in the little list and they have the level that you've had before it. So why do you need to keep it in your Titan Hall. You've already finished it, so just give them the prize. Off you go. Move on.
Really, what we're seeing here, though, is basically just a repeat of last time. Right? The first time the Pantheon came out, we had similar thoughts. A lot of this is useless. We've done this already. A lot of the same complaints. But what there was, we got a little glimpse of some new stuff that they were going to throw in. And that little glimpse was they started to include spells and relics. You guys remember? Those were the first set of freeze spell on a relic.
Dude, such a good job putting a good spin on this, JJ, because you're bringing out a great point here.
I think what we're seeing here is we're seeing a picture of what the future might look like, particularly in the War Gods relic. The same thing for the Egyptian. It's trash. We've seen it. Got it. Winter, same thing. Greek. Greek is maybe intriguing. I'm just saying. There's what I see is the positive. I agree with you. But we made all these same complaints last time.
It is a positive.
I really hope they offer friggin' segments.
Well, what's going to happen is you're going to see all these Titans.
Why do you need to keep?
You're going to see all these Titans again.
To keep them when you level them?
You're going
it's
to
not
see.
That you need to keep them. It's just that this is new content that's being released now.
Unless you collected it.
Zalon, quit trying to talk over. Zalon, do not try to talk over House. Like that is the one thing I will not tolerate.
Whoa,
that's not House.
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm listening, champ.
Gosh,
wow.
Poor House.
No,
anyway,
we went over this.
Gary, House, JJ, Chef.
All right, keep it together, Chance. Keep it together. All right, so what we got is this.
The argument that it's better to have and not need than need and not have.
Good point.
There you go.
And also, we can just look at the fact that if they're releasing these, it's not that you're never going to see them again. Most likely, you're going to see all of these Egyptian ones.
You're going to see
during Halloween.
See all these ones in Halloween. Osiris, Anubis, Ra, and Bast. Bast is coming up
during Christmas.
We already know that.
It's not going to be that bad, guys. We're going to see these again. Everyone's going to have the opportunity.
You'll have the opportunity. Soldier, where you at? You're going to all have the opportunity to get these Titans again.
I'm not using that word no more.
But I don't want to level it again to 41, just like Gary said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why should you have to level 41 again?
Why are you going to level an outdated Titan just to get the thing when you already did it once?
Yeah,
I agree with Gary.
Well, that's the point. Even worse than that, the cost.
You're really gonna level Raw for
right?
Like the Egyptian amulet, really?
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you don't want it, you don't have to do it.
That's relevant type.
I mean,
I'm an active player.
Yeah, but I'd rather put Raw in Desardu.
Yeah, I think I put my Raw into something to prestige it.
See? Yeah, exactly.
So these are all great points, but at the same time, there's going to be a small population of players that will check the box just to check it because they have to complete everything. So ideally, you're right. These all are terrible.
They do.
But some people will still do it.
They put it in it.
But everyone here will say, "Oh, the War Gods relic is still sweet, so I'm still going to do it." So I'm actually still kind of glad that the Pantheon collection came out because I'm going to grab this relic and use it. So how many people disagree with that? How many people are not going to grab the War Gods relic? How many?
That's the best relic.
I get it.
Oh, so everyone here is going to grab it.
War Gods relics like that.
Interesting.
They didn't require you to have
okay. Well, everyone will still grab that. We don't want it. We don't want to do any. Okay. I just want to make sure everyone still likes that part of it because I think that's a good part.
There's no Raw. There's no. Yeah, it's something.
At least you don't have to level Krampus to get the damn thing.
See, and that's where. The winter one.
You do on the next, and then Joe Toon and
Progenitor, Krampus, and but if you don't want this relic, okay, and now
you don't even have Krampus.
What I was saying was, once you do it once, that should be it.
Excellent, Gary. Now we're going to continue the conversation about the relics themselves. Can we do that, Gary?
Zalon, Gary's already off the rails.
I know.
BMT check on BMT.
Yeah, BMT, where you at? Check him out. You can throw them out anytime, Jim.
All those times they made fun of Zalon for being a collector, and now he's like, oh yeah, I got that one, I got that one, I got that one.
You know that's the case.
You did not have to say anything to back him up now.
Yeah.
Well,
You did not have to say anything.
I have all of them too, just like Zalon. We have been collectors since day one.
Oh, yes,
I don't
these
know if
soldiers
it's
backing me up now, too, there. Okay.
For so long and not having to, fuse the Titans, but I think the last couple of Titans that I needed was Heroes and Civ, and I got them this weekend. So I'm excited myself because I get to get in there and take advantage of the Pantheon.
I was just glad that there weren't any 2 or 3 star Titans in the collections like there were in the old ones.
That's a great point. You know what? I've been saving the 3-star Void Titans.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too, JJ.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I got them also.
Those are all toast now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm using them in the fusion
Gods.
event. I'll use them in the fusion event. So
They could have included Totek and Nurgle in the War Gods one, and that would have made it harder for players who skip those events, for one reason or another. So the fact that these are only 4 Titans each does mitigate some of that cost, especially for the ones where you wouldn't otherwise level the Titan.
all right. I do want to discuss Greek 2 though. Greek 2 is got to be by far the second best new relic, because again, Community 1 is still a great option as well. But Greek 2 with Uranus, Zeus, Kronos, and Eros. Does anybody see this relic as being a good relic to be able to use?
Yep.
It's not relevant on Uranus because you'd be better off with a troop damage relic.
Well, I'm okay for Uranus situation. All right,
I'm not
fine.
talking about one.
But not just one Titan, but any Titan in the game. Does anyone see any real use in this? Because I kind of do, but I want to see what anybody else thinks.
Well, I agree with you. If it's any Titan, then it's going to be great. If it's only going to be Greek, then
anybody else that goes, hey, this is going to work great on my blank.
Tengu. I see this working on Tengu. That might be really my only chance at using it or caring, honestly.
Osiris. I want to use this one on Ares for sure.
Osiris, true.
No, I think the biggest impact is going to be on Kronos and Lithatar, because those Titans don't give a damage buff to the Omega troops. And so you're going to have 130% elemental damage for a troop that doesn't already have a big elemental damage stack on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that this relic would have the biggest impact on those two?
Yeah, you always have to look at any elemental damage you're adding from relics in relation to the total elemental damage from the Titan. And with the Titan that has a bigger stack of elemental damage on it to begin with, your percentage increase in the value of the attack value is going to be a relative thing. And so where you already have a whole lot of damage, you're better off going for crit or troop damage.
But there's already multiple 80% earth damage relics. There's more than one. So why does this? Why
well, I mean,
it's 100
specific for the Omegas.
It's only 50%. You're right.
But there's something else.
You're right. There's already better relics because the Titan. It's only Titan on the second slot. I'm sorry. So yeah.
That's the only reason I said Tengu is because something where you're going to use your Titan as well as Omegas. That's really the only reason I said Tengu. Other than that, I don't think I see using this. But I'll try it.
What about? I think did anyone say Nurgle? I think we all say Nurgle for this one too, right?
Nurgle. Yeah, Nurgle. If you right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, even Jinshu if you get the prestige too, no? Because he gets those Omegas if you kill the Titan. For his prestige skill.
Any of them.
If another Titan comes out like Totek that's got better troops with it, where you can get almost an infinite number of Omegas, it'll help on that.
Progenitor is another that doesn't give any damage to the troops, and where elemental damage buffs may not be available on the same level for. Once you have frost spears and a frost bow, and you could throw this on to get some more elemental damage on the Omega Imperials.
Any other?
I just want them to come out with the War Gods too already.
Yeah, well, it's very possible because they have 8 War Gods at least minimum, right?
And of those 8 War Gods, I'm missing 2 of them because I had to pass on them for reasons. And now I'm like, I gotta wait 6 months for them to come back.
Most likely.
Well, I
Huh. I don't know what happened. All right. Anyway.
Lost you, Val.
Yeah, you're just thinking too much as endgame players, I'm afraid. Just my opinion.
Right.
You know what?
Great.
One thing that I
these are great for a lot of players. Some of these are great for a lot of players who don't do every single week, like all of you guys do.
Gary, you cannot convince me that 20% armor piercing on the Greek amulet is a good use of that slot. No one should level that up just to get 20% armor piercing. That should have been 30% damage.
Listen, everything is not going to be perfect. You're looking for perfect all the time. That doesn't happen.
No, it's not even perfect. That slot is just completely garbage. That could have been 60%, and it still wouldn't have. I mean, that 60% might have gotten people to use it.
Well, but also but Prometeo, like
with everything on it, everything, and just like forget about it all time. Then, but don't bother with any other relics ever. Just give me one with everything on it.
You know what? Out of all these, I would take the elemental grass and the ring. The rest are garbage. I'd fuse them away.
Well, and you guys, those are harsh words. Garbage. I mean, like we're talking about like Prometeo. Like, okay, the disconnect, if I may, is okay. People who are level 25 troops and have all the little fun things like these relics are really fun and they're different. And like for a mid-castle guy, even myself at like level 23 troops, I'm looking at them like, let's not just swipe it off the table because like for our personal archive of the last year and a half, we can do better, but
one man's trash is another one's treasure.
Well, along with what JJ was saying earlier, though, this could easily just be being used as a glimpse of stuff that is coming in the future, which obviously means here the Winter 1 and War Gods relics that have actual invokes on them means that there's going to be other relics that have invokes on them too. Guess what those relics may be? They may be in events. They may be in solo events. Those end relics that everybody covets so much, like target.
Yeah, how many times exactly? How many times have we disregarded a relic and then it comes around 3 to 6 months later, and it's like, oh wow.
But if you're a new player, you don't have all these titans.
Exactly.
These are titans.
But when they do release them over the next 6 months, you will think about it. That's what they're trying to do.
This is Baba Yaga, Runa. These are not like 2-year-old titans, dude.
But nobody's leveling Raw to 41. Don't care.
A couple of the best relics have like Zilon. Scroll up a little bit. What's one with like Sekhmet and Nergal? Like
I have a little
the one that everybody had to get.
Well, that's the best thing about this game. Everybody plays it different.
Right.
I don't have Raw either, and I don't have, I'm missing Frigg out of the War Gods because I freaking fused Frigg away.
Wow.
But that's the thing about this game. Everybody's playing it different. Everybody looks at the amulets. Everybody looks at the relics different, and we all have different uses or not have uses for it.
Okay, so no problem. In the last 6 months, are you telling me people who play this game don't have a Sekhmet, an Ares, a Hachiman, and a Frigg?
No,
absolutely.
Plenty of people skip Frigg.
I don't have Frigg. I fused her away.
House, you're a crazy man.
Wow.
Yeah, but I fused away that.
No, scroll to the first one of what the requirements are for that first one there. What's that first one?
Osiris, Anubis, Ra, and Bast. Honestly, most people should have
3 of them.
Well, most people should have Osiris. You have Osiris, Jim.
I got Osiris. I don't have Anubis, Ra, or Bast.
Well,
Osiris is the only one that's relevant nowadays. But
I've had 3 Anubises and I've fused them all away.
Yeah, they're great.
You should always keep at least one.
Exactly,
Well,
and that
you
goes
should
back
keep
to
at
we
least
all play
one
this
house.
game
You never know
differently.
when there's going to be a glitch that happens, right?
I know, but no, well, yeah, go ahead.
Damn it, what jet? I miss that with Jet and Anubis so much.
It goes back to my original statement.
I agree with you, Gary.
If you have Ra and you level it to 40, it should be always in your Hall of
Yeah,
Titans
if you
at
did it
level
once,
40.
like, yeah, 2 Raws, 3 Anubises, like, really? Yeah, do I have to get a new one and do it again? Yeah.
Exactly. That's the whole point I was making.
Right. 100%.
Double up.
Yeah, Vintage says this is chaos. This is chaos. All right, to bring the chaos back down, it is everybody that is here, 63 players watching. It's some people that probably were on Chef's stream earlier. This is to all the excitement of waiting and listening through everybody's complaints about all the everything that's going on, because we'll get into the new Divine Titans here very shortly, and that'll be a whole nother controversy, like Vintage says. So we're going to get to that just momentarily, but I want to share this with you all, especially people here in Discord, because I don't think all of you probably know this yet, which is pretty cool. But maybe you do. I don't know, but we'll see. But I was let known earlier that the new 1.39 update in the monuments, if you hit them enough, it may happen just on your random monument hit that's free. But I did it on my test account, and I did it 10 times. I actually did 11 just to see if it would happen again. But on the 10th time, look what I was able to pull. It happens to be an Akosi 4-star Titan in Monument 5.
Food.
Akosi, really?
In Monument 5. Interesting.
Cool.
Now,
And how many times did you pull it?
it was on the 10th time that I did it. So
Trey
Ken,
and Ulrich are also in the pool.
you know,
I done one earlier and I got 3 3-stars.
yes, a majority of them are always going to be 3 stars. Sometimes you get a double 3 stars and a 2-star.
I like that. That's actually pretty cool.
So there you go,
So
everybody.
are we saying 1 out of 10, or do you? Or
No,
are
it
we
could
still
be. It could be on your 6th time. I don't know. I have no idea.
Now, is it only on that monument, or do you
Monument
think we'll have
5.
an equal chance?
I imagine it's on Monument 5 because that's the hardest monument. But
That's how they scale it, right?
So
wouldn't be on 4.
So that makes me even want to do less of war, because I only go to war to get the 4-star Titan. Now I don't even want to do that because I just wanted prestige food.
Well, right. So Chef broke this on his stream earlier, and I raised it with Zalon in PM, you can see here. And what I said on Chef's stream as a corollary to this is, if they're putting a few of these 4-star drops that have historically been League Reward Titans into the monument, then maybe we'll get lucky and see that they update the League Rewards and make them richer, or at least improve the pool so that those Titans are more relevant.
I would hope so.
Who cares if they're relevant? They're prestige food.
Yeah.
Well,
there
I
should be more.
mean, wouldn't it be better if you could get something that was up to date, a 4-star in League Rewards?
Oh, really? Are you going to pull a Nergral? Like, it's Sagunga?
No,
Stop
no,
it.
I'm not.
No, I think they were just going to focus on prestige food for those rewards, because then that'll just make us want to do events more if they don't do that.
Oh, I'm not saying pull. I'm not saying per no goal. I'm not saying that.
Do they have any Void Titans in the League
I
Rewards?
doubt they have Void Titans in there.
No, I didn't think so.
There's only like six of them or something.
But Horde troops are dropping again. Horde troops are dropping again. So that
I used
fixed.
The last couple of rewards, I got like a Ladego or a Jatoon in League Rewards.
All right, so we're on to new Divine Titans. Here we go. Now, so it says the wait is almost over, which means within the next few weeks. In Zalon predictions, just so you know. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to do it before Halloween. If it doesn't happen before Halloween, it's happening in between Halloween and Christmas. Because there's no way that they're going to do it during Christmas, I don't think. So...
Shy timestamp, the prophet has spoken.
Yeah, Shy's here. That's right. So anyway, we have these 2 new Divine Titans. Now, Vintage has stated that he thinks they're berserkers. I have stated in my previous stream, before I listened to Vintage's video, that I think they're mage class. Because I think they're going to be similar to Zeus. I think Zeus might change class. He might not be a ranger anymore. Has stuff like that happened before in the game? Yes. So it's very possible.
Vintage made good points about with the hands.
With the hands with berserkers, and they just took took their weapons away. But see,
and they did acknowledge that, though. They acknowledged that in the next. I know we're not talking about the blog update, or the Q&A.
No. We can talk about the Q&A too. That doesn't matter.
They address it. The fact that they don't. They said, spot on. I don't remember exactly what it said, but in the blog, they acknowledged and they said there'd be, typical more information to come. But I think the fact that they don't have weapons is possibly more likely that it's because
they don't want to reveal.
They're not going to have weapons. Yeah. No, I think it's because it might actually be something new.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I think we're getting 3. Again, I'm going to continue this Alon prediction. We're getting 3 new relics, and they are going to be 1 in each altar. And they don't really have to do much. They don't have to change much, Now they might lower the prices, maybe. The 7 and the 5 may come down a little bit, but they don't have to add a new level. They don't. They may actually get rid of the 2, and make it like a 3,000 for the Norse relics, because the 2 is going to be all released in events. So they may actually either make.
Oh wow. Deep. Okay.
If they release all the relics in events, then they may just either get rid of it or make it 1,000. One of
to go to that point though, Zalon, if they bury a 5-star for a new class in the 2K poll,
that's dirty.
That's gonna be really, really bad, because no one's gonna want to pull 2K just to try and dig that thing out of the junk pile. So.
They could save that.
That's a good point. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. Because I didn't want to have to go back to the 2K, to be honest.
Yeah, it's much better for everyone if they create a new separate altar where you go to get these 5-star relics, and they're all, you could have 3 different ones for this class. And honestly, it's much better if we can just pick them the way we can play Spark and Necrosa.
Yeah.
But if it's its own altar where it's the random chance of any of the 3. And it's all, call it 5K, whatever price you choose. Obviously, I think 2K is a better price for a 5-star, but who doesn't? Mm-hmm. So, put it in its own separate window so that we don't have to go for duplicates.
If I could just flat out buy the last 2 2K 5-stars that I need, I would love that.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to get duplicates. That's wrong.
Well, don't get duplicates until you have the full set.
Yeah, I agree.
That 100% would. People would love that.
But pulling 5 Dragons players is ridiculous.
Yeah.
7 Shadow Dancers.
Yeah,
seven Shadow Dancers.
Seven. So, and how many do you have left, Val?
I've got 3.
Exactly.
5 Night Whisperers.
I wasn't happy about it. I think because it's not that easy to keep saving Divine Gem. Now I think I've gotten to where I'm doing every event and we're getting good rewards for the season. So I'm getting the Divine Gems now. But starting off, you don't really get players who aren't, at a higher level, and they might not be ranked 3 and above in Masters or whatever. They're not getting that much Divine Gems. And if they're free to play, they're not maybe doing every event. So it takes them longer to save up to pull a relic, and then they pull and they get their 3rd duplicate. It kind of just makes you not want to play, or, it's frustrating.
It definitely makes you not want to pull after you tried to save them all that time, and then you're like, okay, here we go. And then you're looking away from the video screen. Okay, maybe Jinx. Damn it, another Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm at, actually. I'm saving. I haven't I'd love to get Bow of the Gods. I don't have the one for Life Spark. Axis, what is it?
Axis of War.
Axis
of War. I don't have that. But right now, I don't want to pull anything because I have so many of them already that if I pull, the chances of me getting a duplicate are higher.
That's the hence. That's why you shouldn't be able to get duplicates. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I hit 5K earlier on and I said no.
What were you gonna say, Sage?
Yeah, I've always hated the lottery aspect of this game. I don't see what the point of having the lottery in the game is except to make that money. That's it.
100% agree. Just like Vintage says, go to the casino. That it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't
be in this game. You should be able, if you're going to get the relics, you should be able to do what we do now, where you basically save and pay for them.
Once you get the 7K, I should be able. It should all open up, and I should pick the one I want.
There should be a store that rotates. It should be a monthly event, and it should have 5 stars available for purchase. It wouldn't have to be all of them. All you'd have to do is just show a few of them, and it should be the same price as usual. And people would go crazy about that. They'd be like, "Finally, I get that one."
And use the divine gems that way.
Prometeo, they could put the Arcadian blade down there at $99, and I'd go get it right now because I haven't been able to get it.
Oh, do you think that's the new? Do you think that's the new 2021 $100 packs? It's going to come with 5 stars.
I'll tell you one for $60, bud. I'll save you some money.
See, $60. I'd buy it. I'd buy it and send you a 6-pack.
I think that if they did it to where, like they did the last event where they had the 5-star at the end for the stretch reward or the extra plus whatever, that's a great idea because I'd be willing to pay to finish that whole event at $30K for that relic if I needed it.
So out of all of us that sit here and you look and you go to pull, you're hoping for something because not everyone has everything. Well, there's a few people, but you're hoping to pull something.
Extinction.
That's why you pull it. So you're hoping to I hope to get Bow of the Gods. Nope, didn't get it. Well, okay. That's the thing. It's the casino aspect. That's got to go.
All right. So let's get into what you guys think and gals think about these 2 titans specifically before we move on to other stuff. So, if it's a new class, you're looking at fire and poison? Is that pretty much what everybody's thinking?
Yep. So these are both definitely Moss main in the way they present. But clearly with the red, I mean, that doesn't look like an Unak, right? That doesn't have the gold face mask. But they look Moss main in just general style. But I think there's probably more to them, like with the current Divine Titans. And while I do suspect fire, because a lot of people have said that, both of the names kind of say Earth to me. And the only foundation I have on that is the Nephilim is a kind of stone. So I wasn't sure if they were kind of throwing that in there as, it's a type of rock.
Could be Earth.
But the other one, it just kind of sounds like Golgar, sort of. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they look Moss main. I think there's probably 2 different types of damage, though, for sure.
Yeah, there's elements of the costumes that include runes on them and look vaguely, cape or other like mage gear, sort of light cloth armor that you'd expect from mages. That they definitely seem to be doubling down on the ancient Titan. Yeah, these are certainly. The one on the right, Growthern, definitely looks like a Moss main to me, and I love the fact that they've doubled down on the old lore and the unique art, because those are the parts of the game that are the most unique and which tie back to the things that the older players used to use more often. So I think that those are good elements of what they've incorporated here.
Up to a 15-year-old, Doug.
What was that, Shy?
These be our troop healing titans.
Or maybe
If they don't look cool.
cast debuffs instead of buffs.
Ooh. Would you like to expound on that?
Yeah, could you
What you
explain
mean
what
by
you said
debuffs?
and speak clearly?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Just any sort of debuff might be able to help fight off some hachis a bit easier. Like reduce the amount of armor they have or over time.
Yeah, an elemental resistance stripping ability would be really powerful.
Yeah, that too.
Interesting.
Whole new game.
I think it.
There's a lot of speculation for like what we're talking about because we don't know if they're guardians or what they are because they're obviously missing their weapons, and I think they're building hype with that, which is beautiful. Like sell the sizzle, but like I really do want. I think the left one is an infiltrator, the right one's a champion. Like who knows, right? So like it's one thing to go elemental and speculate. It's another to go like, well, what the heck is it?
So do you
But hold on a second. It says in the new blog, both Nephilinus and Growthorn do not have weapons.
So
really? It doesn't. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, I'm looking.
It's not
I'm looking
like
at
they're not in the picture.
I'm looking at the picture right
the
now.
Weapons are not displayed. It says they do not have weapons.
So that's a horrible picture then, because the picture looks like I'm back in high school and they're both trying to get me to look at their circle in their hands and I'm going to get punched in the arm for it.
I remember that game.
Uh-huh.
But it says in the new blog, it says they do not have weapons.
Okay, so the devs are definitely, okay, we're looking at the hands. Okay, punch me in the arm. I get it. I apologize.
I don't know. I mean, they could squeak that in, like, play on words. They don't have weapons now, and you could be right. But I think in the new blog,
dude, doesn't it look like? Yeah, it looks like they'd be holding like swords or a staff or something. Like that's kind of a weird.
It's a weird stance. Yep. Dead on.
Boys and arrows.
Just Photoshop the weapons out. That way we can't see them.
Okay.
It's also possible.
Yeah,
because that right hand does look like they could put like a spear. It's possible. And then Vintage is like, berserkers, I'm telling you. So
they do look a lot like Saphira. Like the one on the right to me looks a lot like Saphira.
Oh yeah, 100%. But if they don't have weapons, you guys can all punch me in my left arm because, yeah, I'm totally fooled.
Tengu didn't have a weapon when they showed him. Okay. First photo of Lithithar, he didn't have weapons.
Ares didn't have weapons either, did it? No.
The important thing to note in this is that they didn't have weapons in a preview of like almost a trailer. The difference is these guys don't have weapons, and this picture is of them in the Titan Hall. That's the important difference to look between when we're getting these teasers.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, dude. Like I feel like there's a pattern. Yeah, there's a pattern of teasers with like, what are they going to be? And like, I don't know, like the fact that they clearly are trying to hold something, but are not. Like, I don't school prank. Like, I don't think they're going to have something.
I don't think they're holding anything at all. I think they're not going to have weapons. Their hands are probably their weapons, just like the same as Zeus.
Why wouldn't it? Okay, so why wouldn't it be a fist then? Why is it an open circle? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't think it's an open circle. I think their hand covers it. I think we're trying to dig too deep into this. I think we should more look at the very outside and the cosmetic of it. The devs straight up said they don't have weapons.
I agree with you. I agree.
Those are template hands.
I didn't say that about the set though. The set doesn't have.
Yeah, because she pulls her bow when you go into battle.
I don't think they have weapons.
Go look at Zeus's hands and see if it looks like he could be holding weapons.
I don't think.
Yeah, look at the shadows too, though.
How is just walking around?
The one to the left-hand side.
Weapons.
I don't think they have weapons. Don't think they have weapons. They might be holding a beer for all I know.
Yeah, he does look like he could have a 40 in his hand right there.
Get one for me.
Holding it by the neck.
I think I'm dead set on them being like sorcerers with like, I don't know, like some kind of like buff or debuff abilities casting similar to like invoke abilities. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
Poison arrows and a new troop.
New spells.
Might be a brand new
Unique to
troop.
them.
Yeah, brand new troops come with them.
Yep,
Maybe.
brand new. Yep, maybe. I agree.
You know, that actually reminds me. I wish Achilles had new troops.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought when they said the Myrmidons. The first thing I thought when I saw that they're reducing the timers on troop training and spell training is, well, there you go. They're opening up room for new troops.
That's true. And that's the very next thing. That's the very next thing. Troop training.
I said it first.
There you go.
I hope not. I got no more room for buildings.
No more room for... Yes, you do if they open up that other island part.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, I got to jump off of here. I got to get up at 3 o'clock. Everybody have a good night.
All right, Jim, you have a good one.
You too, Jim.
All right,
I'm going to do the same, guys. All right.
All right, Gary's out. Oh, Jim's out, Gary's out. All right, here we go. All right, Gary.
Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you later.
Wait.
Good hearing from you.
Gary, you're kicked.
Whoa.
Gary, you're kicked.
Chef, did you see that Zalon got the 4K subscribers, Chef?
Oh, yeah, that also happened.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
I should have made a thank you video for your 4,000.
Well, I'm thinking about doing because I wanted to do a give back like like Vintage did the other week, but I knew I was so close to 4K awesome. That I was thinking I'm going to do some sort of giveaway for that as well. So I might as well just do a 4K giveaway stream. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow night. I don't know. Maybe Sunday.
Okay.
One or the other.
Oh, you gonna put in a raffle with one of the new Divine Titans?
No, I'm not putting no new Divine Titans in a raffle. That'd be insane.
I'm just asking. You have the dev button.
The dev button. That's right. That's right. Oh, the devs are watching. Chef said I'm a dev. Nice.
Told you.
They're watching. Yeah, so now we got golden food. Gold mines and farms and now produce more golden food for castle levels 1 to 19. That's great. And then in addition, the gold vault and granary. Oh yeah, so each golden food treasury will now protect 25% more. Oh yeah, so this is what we see. Gold vault and granary will now store 25% more golden food. So everybody sees that. Castles 1 to 25. And then of course, we also have more protection as well. And new tutorial.
Zalon, can I call for my soapbox moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I do need to go have dinner here.
All right, go ahead.
So, I want to call us all back to the warrior ring, and say the 3-star and the 4-star together means that you're going to get 75% resist all elements after they finish ticking out for the Titan and the troops. So together with the Minotaur skull, those 3 relics will cover all elemental resist for Titan and troops. And so that to me sets a new bar in the game for how you cover elemental resistance, and it's going to be really hard to beat that. And especially the combination of the 50% off the warrior's ring with the 40% resistance relics that we already have for each of the troops means that a lot of Titans that would have struggled to cover 90% elemental resistance to, call it void or poison or whatever, we have relics on Panthers, for example, like the Dory and the Ornate Uraeus that are special purpose for specific elements. Goliaths have the Stone Skull that covers void and lightning. So there are these specific purpose relics, but now we can combine any of those with the warrior ring, and for purposes of attacking, you now have your elemental resistance covered with just 2 relics. So that means that you're getting that 10x power bonus that you get off of elemental resistance just off of 2 relic slots. I think the net result of that is the default for a lot of builds is going to become 5-star relic, warrior's ring, 4-star defensive relic, because those 3 together are going to get you to 90% resistance, with no question asked. And then you're probably going to have a crit relic, maybe another troop damage relic. And I think that it's going to open up the game for the Staff of Iron to be in almost every single attack build, because you're going to have that much extra relic space in the build. And the Staff of Iron is an amazing relic when you use it right. So I think that combined with the Staff of Iron, the Warrior's Ring, plus a 5-star relic and a 4-star defensive relic, I mean, that's your new sort of, to go back to what Vintage is saying, the gold standard. And then, as long as you're going to get enough of a multiple off of the Titan or otherwise, then the Banner of War is in there too. That's 20% resist melee and ranged. So with that, those two releases, we've kind of coalesced into this new 5 relic format where, you don't really have a big question about what you're going to be doing except for that last relic, which is probably just going to be either an offense relic or covering melee resistance or range resistance. So, these super powerful relics are redefining the game. If you missed out and you're not going to get that Warrior's Ring, you definitely need to go after whatever you need to close that collection out. And you need to pick up these other things that are really, changing the game. If you're out there and you haven't finished this event yet, picking up the Banner of War is definitely worth it. It's going to fit within that new framework where you can almost always afford to get to these other multiples. Maybe you don't do the Staff of Iron because it's a defensive build, and you're instead using the banner and something like, on Panthers we have the Panther muzzle. With Spearman we now have the Ares Chariot. With Goliath we have the Earth Charms, and others. There's the Charm relics, but Goliath can do Earth Charms, Winged Messenger, Storm Prophecy, Banner of War. So you can cover these melee and ranged resistance defense stats very easily. And then you throw in the Warrior Ring and a 5-star. I mean, you're off to the races. So it's a big time.
Prometheo. So like,
yes, House, go ahead and interrupt me.
Hey, listen. Whoa. Hey, say you have the 5-star relics, then you have the 4-star. Well, it seems like they're almost coming out with something in between, because the Banner of War is almost like a 5-star relic. It's just below that, but it's better than a 4-star relic.
The Banner of War is amazing for certain builds. The Banner of War will not work as a generic solution to making your troops tougher across the board. The Warrior's Ring is almost exactly that. It depending on the situation, depending on your ability to maximize the benefit off of it, you're going to be basically, just that one relic alone is giving you 50% elemental resistance. 50% damage reduction means you doubled your defense in terms of the effective health. So, it's that alone is a big multiple, but getting to 90 becomes so easy now. But the Banner of War isn't going to work in every situation, because if you're talking about a Titan that doesn't, like a Solzar, for example, just to take a random example, who doesn't have any melee or range resistance on the troops, you're just not going to build it up to the level that's effective. But if you have a Titan, like a Runa that gives you all the elemental resistance that you need, once you have the Warrior's Ring on top of there, you're going to have max resist all elements. Then you can go the Banner, the Ares Chariot, you can start stacking things up. And different classes, it's even easier. Goliath right now for Hachiman, if you can't get to max range resist, then you're just not trying. You don't have the right relics. But it's easy to stack these things up. And the Banner is just like, that may be your second or third one that you need for the stack, but it becomes the premier one because it has also some damage on it that's relevant, whereas the Storm Prophecy and the Winged Messenger might not. So the builds are changing a lot with these new generic relics we're getting. So don't miss that when you're looking at what's happening in the game right now.
Well, if I may, caveat to that, I agree with almost everything you said. And the only thing to caveat is really that 90% resist to all elements is not what it was a year or two ago. And I think this relic, that the War Gods relic, is kind of, I'm suspecting it's going to be more the way of the future because it's required. Now, not only do you have to have full elemental resist, but you need relics where you can get element resist and melee range resist at the same time. So I think it's great, and I agree with basically everything you said, except that now having both melee, ranged, and elemental resist is vital, where it wasn't the same way a year or two ago.
Right. I think that the Warriors ring is a sign that we're moving into a period of the game where we're going to, as part of the general power build for the next wave of Titans, we're going to see a lot of elemental resistance. Who knows? Maybe we will see something that can break elemental resistance, like armor piercing does for armor. And if we do, then that will also completely change the game again. But I agree. I think the developers woke up to the power of the multiples that they can build in with ranged and melee, and with the really high elemental resistance. Damage multiples, especially where you have the 2x's that we have in the game right now, and like 2x attack for Grenadiers on Tengu, etc. Zalan, we see the Akosi. and yeah, we've got base damage increases now. The addition of base damage as a specific thing is it's a whole new multiple and a new dimension in the game that they have made available for us to optimize builds. So it's just part of the future.
All right, that was it. Official soapboxing over.
Mic drop. I'm out. I'm going to go have some dinner. Thank you, Zalan.
All right. Thank you, Prometheo.
Cheers, Prometheo.
See you soon, Prometheo.
I'll pop in later, Churro. Thanks.
Nice.
Not on the Churro stream.
All right. So who wants to see me doing Monument Live? Who wants to see me do Monument 5 live?
Do it. Yeah.
Do it. Yeah. It's not. It's how much are you going to spend on it?
No, it was 113. It was 113 gems.
20,000 gems right now on the stream, because 20,000 gems to get 2, 3, 4, 5 4-star Titans is well worth it. I bet you won't drop 20,000.
You bet I won't. You bet I won't.
I bet you won't.
All right. Anyway. I'm just doing this in the background. Listen.
Wait a minute. He's got 120,000 gems. Drop 100K.
I know. You could walk out of here before they realize what the drop rates are messed up. You could walk out of here with
I don't think the drop rates are messed up.
But find out.
You can walk.
But
listen. You guys have to all keep the conversation going, because there's a few other things still to go.
We're not going anywhere. You can walk out with 25 4-stars.
Let's see it.
Come on, Chance. Get it together.
Yeah.
Dude, I was hopping in and out of chat, and because your stupid locked Discord, it kept messing me up.
It shouldn't be messing you up. I don't know why you keep bouncing back and forth.
So fancy.
No?
All right, so fancy with the locked Discord.
Well, it's because I should make sure I'm making sure that people are muted before they come in.
Oh, I thought that was a 4K subscriber standard that you're establishing right there.
Oh,
wow!
I could be. No,
okay,
you must be.
It's just for the Roundtable. It's just for the Roundtable.
You must have some subscribers.
Some subscribers.
Wow.
Just to keep out the ruffians, but it's not working.
No, yeah, that's right. Because Seth the Roth is here. Yeah, if anybody hasn't checked out Seth the Roth's channel, it needs to be added to the list. He has a now Seth the Roth, don't take any offense to this, but you have a slight Godan a twist to your videos, because it definitely has a little bit of every once in a while he puts in some clips. It's pretty nice. Yeah,
3 stars is pretty nice.
That's not bad.
That's way
2,
better.
3 stars for 100 gems, bro. Pull it again.
Dude.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, fine. I'll do what I did. I'll do what I did.
And look at all that Titan experience for 100 gems. What's the gem? 1,000 gems. Dude, do this 20 times. Please do this 20 times. Dude, this is the new event. Why are we even playing the game? Do this.
This is like theaters of war.
It is. It's the POW all over.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, Feranic just said the same thing. It's like Theaters of War refresh cost. Yeah.
Hey, do it. Hey, Salon, do it till you get a Hachi Man.
I'm not gonna get no hotchies. I mean, anybody that has the update right now can do this. Anybody that has it, so. Soldier's out making a video already. He's like, man, I'm making a video.
Well, they figure out the drop rate, man.
Not yet, Soldier. You can though. You're like, man, I can jump on this before Godan. Get it, Soldier.
I know.
Get it.
You know what?
Jumping over to iOS.
Yeah, you know what? By the time I get this update, they'll fix this.
Yes, right?
I don't hate iOS. But Dawn of Titans.
Here you go.
Frustrating.
All 3 level 12 Harlocks. Thanks.
Right now, somebody's texting the developer, another developer, like, Zalon is live streaming with Achilles, doing monuments, grabbing 4 stars.
Fix it now, darn it.
Give him an Ulrich, quick.
Any 4 stars?
No.
What? Still 3 stars though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good.
That's
food.
Titan food.
That
Dude,
is
just Master
good
Titan on
food.
this. This is great.
I would do this all damn day.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my
Listen to you, House.
right now.
How we do
Oh,
this?
my wife's debit card would be through the roof.
So you just sent half of these kids to college through this app, bro.
Wow. What'd you spend $150 on for? How'd you do the monuments? Back off.
Back off.
I got all the prestige food I needed.
Godan says he's waiting until after the update, or after the event to update. So.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on my device before the event. So, it was something that I just...
Look at you.
Man, I'm jealous.
Does everybody think that if you update during the event that it's going to be a problem? Is that...
Probably have it by Monday.
Monday or Tuesday?
iOS?
iOS is probably Monday.
Oh man, I hope you're right.
Man, this is so wrong.
Everyone sounds so sad about it.
We are.
Well, Val, do you have the update?
I don't know. I'm on iOS.
That's
I'm
right.
sure I
Okay,
won't
so
get it
wait,
till-
so who in
Yeah.
Discord has the update?
You.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
Everybody
like,
in
why is that
Discord?
way so long? I think he just really wanted to throw it at us. So like, look what I got.
No, yeah. Let me invite all my friends over to show them what I have. No,
Let
I'm
me
not
just
going to
only
do that.
invite iOS users, and I'm the only one with the update.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I just did Plinth 5. I got a level 12 Howrick and a level 12 Garn.
What?
That's a big difference on the old. This is iOS on old. There's a huge difference. And the only 600 XP, man,
Yeah, look, this is...
man.
You know what? Honestly, I'm going to message them because they need to give the iOS users some kickback.
So basically, the rest of the
It's not.
Listen.
Dawn of Titans.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I know what it's not because they can release it to Android the way it's set up.
Right. It's Apple has to approve it.
Huzzah, Anthrax.
Anthrax, thank you for joining.
Hey Jay, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, I bet you do, my man.
No, it's all good, brother.
I miss you, bro.
Hey, I seen you come by and said hey.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
It's all good.
Yeah, well, I heard Dragons and Knights were both on the same server as you guys, so.
Uh-oh.
Was that just me or did he cut out?
Anthrax is in the same league as we are.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Oh, that's probably why he's got a bone.
Is that why?
Man, it might be. I haven't really been looking at names. I don't know.
No, it's all good. I'm not sad.
All right.
I got an Inga. When's the last time you guys saw an Inga?
A long time.
Let me put it like this, JJ. At least you take a VP land and you fully defend it and don't set it up for ping pong.
I have never gone on Inga.
Hey, bro, if you want me to replace stolen lands, I'd be happy to. I've been deleting all day. So I'm happy to if you need.
No, I don't need it.
Did I really cap one from you? Damn, man.
Yeah.
Just because JJ challenged me, I am going to use 20. I'll use 20k gems. If I don't get one 20k, I'm not going to do anymore.
That's a good benchmark, though, right?
Well, I got one in 10k.
So
On my test account, I got one within 10k. So.
Is this your 5th battle now?
4th or 5th, yeah, something like that. But anyway, so the rest of the blog post pretty much talks about sped up spells, troops, new player tutorial, and then I forget. There's one last thing or so. Is anybody on? Is anybody else? Wait. Hold on.
I actually think you're doing the best part of the blog post.
I know, right? Oh yeah, the new app icon. Good, So it's pretty much stuff that nobody. Oh yeah, well, Arenas and Monuments and Adventures Guild. That's what we're actually covering right now in the blog post, because it says specifically here, the Titan monuments have been updated and improved. The battle drops.
This is great.
Have been updated and improved. We're testing that right now. These updated and improved battle drops.
I could do this. I could do this all day.
It's very clear, House.
I wouldn't even play in the league. I'd just do this.
You can hear the excitement, House.
Well, hey, Val, you heard my house? There's plenty of excitement.
I heard. I was listening to I think it was the AirPod stream.
Oh, you did?
I did.
So that's plenty of excitement.
Yes.
Actually,
so this is mellow, right?
There's no kids. They're all at work.
Oh. Well, at least they have jobs. That's
So House is at home drinking all their beer. That's what's happening.
They don't pay rent.
All right, I'll see you guys later on Churro's stream. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, Chance! Oh, you're out. You're out, Chance. All right.
I'll be back later. It's dinner time.
All
Love you though.
All right, West Coast.
Bye, Chance.
All right, see you in a bit.
Cheers, man.
Chance, you going to wrestle a buffalo or something?
It's very possible. He's gonna go stop at Vintages and grab a half a cow.
Wait.
House, I didn't know you were so funny. I don't think I've seen you on a stream before.
Oh, what, House? Oh, House has become quite a regular on the streams, and House, what was your ticket number?
Yeah, don't even get me started.
No, it was like 20. It was above
20. 21 out of 20. No, I got 21 out of 20.
So aren't you part of the what did you call it?
I wasn't part of anything.
No, you called it. You know how we have there's the golden food glitch.
I was
the resource glitch.
I was the resource glitch, exactly.
You're the ticket glitch.
Titan Hall got too full.
I wasn't invited to Chocolate Factory.
You say it's so sad.
He gave Oompa Loompa. There you go. And he gave Chance number 5.
You have got
Chance number 9.
Chance was in the top 10. How does Chance get in the top 10?
I don't know, House.
I don't know why that reminded me of my guys remember MySpace from back in the day, your top 20 friends?
Oh, jeez. So, does anybody else have anything else they want to say? I mean, obviously, it's kind of an open forum right now. Anybody can soapbox it up and talk for however long they want. I'm just going to keep running these battles until I do 20 of them. So, unless I get a 4-star before then. Then I'm going to interrupt you with a quick, you know.
I've actually got some decent Infiltrator and Berserker fusion food now, just from doing this a couple times.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about the troop upgrade timers getting reduced.
By how much?
That doesn't matter. I'll take anything I can get. I just hit level 24 to 25 upgrade on militia, and what's that, 26 days or something like that. So
yeah, a whole month.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that change will apply for anybody updating if they're currently upgrading troops?
Well, that was my question. Yeah, do you want to wait? If you're getting ready to click over a troop right now, you might want to wait until the update hits to hit the next one.
Yeah.
Because I imagine I'll have to do the full count on that militia that I just hit. It might be worth it. It might not. I don't know how far they're dropping it.
Really appreciate that they're doing it. It doesn't really affect me that much because most of my stuff is maxed, but I appreciate that they're doing that for new players because, and mid-level players as well, because we need new players. We've lost a lot of players in the community, and making it easier for these people who are actually interested in the game and want to play to get up to the higher leagues and stuff. I think that's what a lot of us need. Just more, bringing new players up for competition. So I think it's great. I really appreciate it.
I've been trying to get my friends.
Man. Great points.
I've been trying to get my friends to play this game for quite some time, but every time I tell them I've been playing it for over a year to get to the point where I'm at, they're just like, I don't know if we want to play that game that long. So I don't know if they want to stick with it.
Well, you gotta find people that are like-minded that want to play for the long term. Because if you're gonna get invested into something, why not play it for the long term? Who wants to get? Who wants a short investment? I don't.
I told them they're coming out with all this new stuff, and I'm like, it'll make it a heck of a lot easier to get to where I am at. Well,
so here's something to think about based on that. How many people do you think have a mini out there that they have not been doing much of anything with whatsoever? It just became dead weight and they don't hardly log into it every now and then, are actually going to start using it because it's going to be easier and move faster.
There'll be some of that for sure.
Well, I got two minis, and honestly, I don't want to level them up. I don't want to get them, to a higher point. I just wanted to get as many lands on as I could and ping pong off of them. But I don't really see myself taking advantage of any of the new resources and benefits that come for the new account with the minis. Now, with new players, I see the biggest thing that we have to do is just find a community for them. And once they feel like they're part of the community, I think we're good because, you think about NTG and how many people we done brought in, or you think about, One. When you look at One Vision, Mayhem, and all the people, One has about 10 alliances. And they bring in new players all the time.
What about Raiders? Man, those leaders, they have so much they got going on.
But yeah, man, it's just that, I think our biggest thing is just to get these new people into a community where they feel like they're a part of something, and I think we're doing it now by creating all these new YouTubers. Wherever you go, whatever time you log on, you see a new person playing a game. And you think about, like games like Destiny 2, Xbox games, the only way they built communities was by people going on YouTube or Twitch and seeing people streaming those games. And I think what we're doing right now is, we see Churro, we see Lord of the Fly, we see, Chef-Based God, for like 2-3 hours a day. And I've seen people in the stream that I've never seen before. And I think that's what we need to do in order to build a crowd that we're going to build.
Yeah. I'm actually so happy to see that there's almost, as long as there's the good stuff going on, like I want to say the last few days, there's almost consistently streams happening during the day. I'm like, that's so awesome. Because
hey, but you know what? Just like Phil just said, the thing is when you're little and you're trying to build up, being hammered on by people and getting capped and everything is no fun. So they're trying to speed that up for the lower level player where they can compete. Nobody wants to be beat up on. That's a fact.
So can I just add on to that? That's a great point. And if you don't want to get beat up on, don't leave dumb comments to players. VPPP? I don't care if you have VPPP. If I cap your land, I don't need you to tell me how butthurt you are about it. Just fucking talk.
Don't
you don't want to get beat up on, then just keep your mouth shut.
Zon, I told you about this like last week. I got some 14-year-old. He cussed me out every single word he had to say on message. I was just laughing. I was like, really? Okay.
JJ, just for that, I'm going to double the amount of messages that I sent to you.
There you go. Double
I
it,
just shaved
Sephiroth.
somebody 2 minutes ago.
No.
Because they messaged me over some VPPP crap.
No,
Dude, I don't care. I don't care.
Here, take his non-bonus land, cap it, and then put it in VPPP.
You know who's missing? You know, we're missing a few people that got invites, and specifically, D never showed up. I don't know why.
She's been away for a lot.
VP stuff.
What was that?
From the social.
Can I stir the pot with an irresponsible question?
Sure.
Please do.
What I want to know, okay, in the question and answer thing, it said after the War Gods, they're going to scale up their Titan activity or whatever the exact quote is. Now, what have players been asking for like 3.5 years that have scales? Do dragons have scales? Could they possibly that a dragon Titan is going to come out?
You think that's what the italics were for scales? That is a irresponsible question.
Wow. What's up, Secret Face? That is... wow. Did not think about that. I was thinking scaling up, and it's like, oh yeah, that just means they're going to just put more events up. And it's going to be hard and fast, because the way Halloween goes, it's usually like boom, 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 boom. Like, reskilled stuff, and, relic event in the middle of the week, along with then another event that's going to have, like, new Titans and stuff like that, and then, like, a TOW with, like, all sorts of Horde stuff, and then... that's how they usually roll stuff out like that.
Well, hey, Zalon, it's 3 a.m. in the morning over there. Why don't you give him a call?
Yeah,
Dragons for Christmas, everyone.
That would be a really interesting idea. I mean, what else could take on a war god but a magical beast with, an impenetrable armor? Come on.
Well,
you might really be onto something, man.
Yeah, I like the idea. I love it, honestly, because it does say scale, and we haven't really thought about that.
They weirdly italicized that word, right?
Exactly.
I saw that more as they're tipping the scales in another direction. Like war gods are ending, and they're going to balance out the war gods.
Maybe we're getting slee stacks.
I can see that too.
Slee stacks. Oh my gosh.
You don't know.
Man, straight out of Land Before... What is that, Land Before Time?
Come on, Zalon. That's Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost, that's what it is. Come on,
Marshall
Zalon.
Willett.
Come on, I remember Land of the Lost.
Man.
At least the TV show that I watched when I was growing up.
No, I'm not talking the Will Ferrell one.
No, not that one. The TV show that I watched in the 90s. D says she totally missed this. You could jump in right now, D.
In 90s. Zalon, I'm like
I know, you're
HR
way older than everyone else.
I'm like HR Puff and stuff. If you've never seen that, classic.
Jesus.
Yeah, look at everyone goes quiet. God damn it, old. I'm old. You guys don't know.
I know. We all know that you're going to say we don't know.
You don't know.
Oh, yeah, we know. We know.
Does that fall in line with MST 3000?
Oh, man, I love MST 3000, so that's good. That's a
what
good
the hell's that?
Mystery Science Theater 3000? Come on.
Oh, yeah. And that's been around for quite some time, too.
Hey, House, I'm older than you. I went to high school with Jesus, okay? So just chill.
It's a chill.
I graduated in 1985.
85, well, Jesus. Well,
Oh, yeah, you're old. All right.
Hey, at least you graduated.
So I've done over 10 battles and I've seen nothing.
Whoa.
Nothing.
We had continuation schools back then.
You also got racked on the knuckles, too.
No, that wasn't called college. This is called a continuation school when you screwed up. They just sent you to a different high school. They're like, you're a screw up. Go to a different high school.
Go lick the windows.
I think my 12th grade, I took photography. I didn't even own a camera. My mom's like, you took photography? And I'm like, yeah, it's an elective. She's like, you don't even own a camera. She's like, you don't even own a camera. I'm like,
This
yeah,
is what
I'm
it's
good.
come to. This is what it's come to. If the DOT developers are still watching, they're like, wow, we're getting a lot of good info from this house guy.
I'm like, Mom, you could show up, get a D. All you have to do is write your name.
$1 hour.
That's right.
You know what they should do for the next Theaters of War? Or because it's much more lucrative to do this now and getting all these 3 and possible 4 stars, they should do like a special thing where, you know, you have like 2 times or 3 times a chance for like a 4-star drop in these like arena.
That's a good idea.
Still nothing.
That would be neat.
I think Zalon jinxed himself. No 4 stars.
No,
Wasn't there supposed to be some kind of big surprise?
No, I already said.
Well, say again, because some of us weren't here.
Well, I did it on my test account in 10 tries. Now, obviously, I'm over 10 tries here on my main account, but it doesn't matter. JJ said, "Yo, just use 20K," you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Get it on your turn.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna try it out. I'm fairly certain we're gonna grab one here in the 20K. So
they've put a price tag of 30,000 gems for a random Titan. Now that's a Titan of your choosing, right? But they've also put a price tag of 20,000 for no, it's 30. It doesn't matter for all element Titan. It's still 30,000 gems. So if you get it for less than 30, it's still actually kind of a great deal because you still get all the other drops. You get all the Titan experience. You just had to want to commit 30,000 gems to a 4-star Titan pool to do it. So, I mean, you know, trying to be optimistic.
No, I'll use those 30,000 gems in an event to get a Titan that I want.
At 15 tokens, unless you're going to grind it.
there's another Inga.
Okay, but even at that, you use 20,000 gems, you're still getting a lot of food to level up Titans.
And the Titan XP.
Exactly.
When was the last time I saw Inga, right?
Yeah, exactly. So anybody else? Anybody else have any topics they want to bring up? Anything? Anything? Not you, House. Anybody else but House.
Salon, level that Freya.
The Inga. No.
So for real, honestly, and my 2 cents on the entire synopsis of the 1.39, I think it's great. I think it's well-rounded. They touched a lot of important points on, between the maps, the avatars, whether or not that's important or not. People are asking for it, so yes, it's important. The load screens, I think, are cool. It's time. It's timely. I think the calendar, I think it's great. The new things that they've implemented. You can get a 4-star Titan once a month for free just for logging in. I think that's great. The new Pantheon, that could have been its own in the past. It was its own update, but they included that in there. I think that's great. All in all, I think it's a solid update. It's a very big update. I suspect that there will be some of this is going to be rolled out over the course of months, and there's going to be more that we don't even necessarily realize or how it's going to impact the game, but I think it's great. I think it's really great, and I think the biggest positive that I'm the most optimistic for is what they're doing for early castle levels. Because while I'm a late max castle guy, and a little bitter that it's going to take, it took me so long to do the same thing that all these players are going to be able to do so quickly. It's great because it's going to get those players up to speed, and it's going to replenish some of the accounts that have fallen away over the years or months. Hopefully some of those players continue to come back, but I everything all in all, I think it's a well-rounded update, and just hats off to Natural Motion for solid work.
Got to speed those lower level players up here. We need some fresh meat.
That's what I'm talking about.
More meat for the grinder? Sage and Val are like, yes, more meat for the grinder.
I think it's good to get new players in. I mean,
yes, it's refreshing, isn't it? When someone comes in and it's super excited, and you're like, yes, now you made me super excited, So.
So with new players, man, and with the way the game goes in reference to how much money we spend on the weekends, how do y'all feel new players will be attracted to that? I mean, every time you turn around, we're spending money. I see a lot of new players come in and they be like, I got to spend some more money this weekend, or try to spend the whole entire weekend grinding out to get the Titan that they need. What are your thoughts in reference to that part?
My opinion, I think I've never agreed with their valuation as far as what things cost for straight pay to play, and I think it's going to be detracting for a lot of new players to come in and kind of be overwhelmed and think that they need to spend X number of dollars in order to complete an event. But it's worked. The game's still running. I guess I can't really complain about it. I don't agree with the valuation. That doesn't mean it's not appropriate, but I think it will ultimately hinder new players because it's not one of the cheaper. It's not a free to play game. It can be, but it's if you want to be competitive, there's money involved.
I agree with Jason 100%. The problem is it's too expensive. In order to keep up, if you're a new player. And when you're a new player, when you're chasing your first 4 stars, they give you packs that are $3.99 and $4.99. As you're an end player, chasing the new Titans, it's $100. You're spending $100 to chase the Titan, unless you're a free to play and you've saved.
All right, here you go. Here's some free to play knowledge. Here's some free to play knowledge. Anthrax, speak up.
What?
You definitely have to be. Well, wait. Do I have anybody else who's free to play on here?
I can speak to the free to play.
Yeah, Anthrax.
I've been free to play the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Well, going on 4 years now? So.
Well, see, it's hard to be free to play if you want to be a collector like Zalon.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
I can get any Titan I want. It takes a long time to get there free to play. You can just start the game and within 6 months be getting everything you want. But you got to get to a certain level, and you got to get with a certain group of people where you can move where you need to get what you want for the right price.
But
price being gems, not price being money.
But you have to realize most kids' attention span is not that long.
Well, I think
this is not a kid's game. This is not a kid's game. We all know that.
No, but
bunch of middle.
There are some kids that might be able to pull it off.
But
I think Zalon said it in his stream was that the community is a big part of that. If they start listing YouTubers on blogs and stuff, and there's that funnel to where new players that are coming in can get on a team where they're maxed out players on there, and they can get on a team that's going for the top rewards, and they get to benefit from that, or advice on how to spend your gems and when not to spend it and what events to go for. I think that makes a huge difference than trying to figure it out on your own.
Oh, yeah. That's like getting in a good alliance that you got some people in that are active and are talking is pretty huge. I remember that was a big deal when I was coming up, when I was, early to mid game, was I finally found an alliance that had 3 or 4 other teams in other leagues where you could go up and come down to where you needed to be for whatever event was going on.
Right. That's actually something that Raiders has done. You know, there's a couple of players that have started out with us, and we were their first alliance. And Sage, you know, was really good at just focusing on helping them with their builds and what they needed to go with. And now they're, you know, in Masters kicking butt.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
You can't get ahead of yourself in this game. Like, you know, the first time I remember starting out, my first thing was like, I want to get the Legends. And I got up there and I got destroyed. And then you drop down 4 leagues and you sit there for a while and lick your wounds and you know, find your space in the game. Same with level and stuff. You know, you can get ahead of yourself. I did. And then you find yourself in trouble getting beat up. And you just, you know, find your lane and move up slowly.
Right, and that's exactly what I did when I first started. I had no idea how to play the game. I was playing for gems for my daughter's game, you know, get to level 10 and you get this or whatever. And I just kind of, you know, did whatever because I got into Raiders. And even then, I was in an alliance before that. I didn't know what I was doing either. So, you know, getting into a good alliance with good leaders and building that foundation, I think, is the best way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I understand the joining and being low level and getting beat up because I was there. Zalon knows, JJ knows. I came into Legend League at Castle 5.
Well, I remember that. Yeah. Come on, man, you'll be fine. It's cool.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't think this game has ever really provided value per se. I mean, it's always been overpriced in my opinion. I mean, I started out as a free-to-play player and realized really quickly that if I wanted to play competitively, I was going to have to start, you know, spending some money, which I made that choice, so it's fine. But what I like about this update is that they are making it easier to play because it's either you put your time forward or you put your money forward, and that's it. And you know, we need new players. We need fresh meat, but we also need people that can, you know, raise the bar as well. You know, I don't want just people just to pound on. I want people that can play, you know, and make it fun again. So I would like to see them make it even easier and provide even more value. I think that, you know, they had a massive player pool and they were raking in the cash for so long and they just kind of didn't take care of that. They could have kept a lot more people than left if they would have been doing stuff like they're doing now, providing value. And they should keep doing that and open it up more. You know, I've been in business in real life for a long time, and you don't make less money by providing value, more value. You make more money. You got to get past that mentality.
I wish they would open up the Legend servers instead of pushing them down into 2.
Yeah,
I don't like it. That's why and war is a joke.
Our last
they get what you get.
It's all about farming now, but that's just because of Hachi. I mean,
but not only that, to get what you get out of war, it's ridiculous. Sky Capture Land puts it in VPPP, and then it's like, okay, I'm sitting here waiting for the land to turn. It's ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't like what you spend.
Those are player rules. That's got nothing to do with the natural motion. But you know
what? Well, I know that.
Is that they don't do, and which they need to fix. And we're going to do so me and Zalon talked about this before. We're going to maybe make this a whole topic. They need to fix the broken logs. There's no reason on the planet that it should show a different number to a player in your alliance, what's on the land available, a different number to the player in a different alliance, and then a different number to you when you go check it. You know, and then you read your log and you think you got capped, you know, non-bonus, and next thing you know, you're in a senseless war for nothing.
You know what, Sage? You're right about that one. And I actually have I have 2 minis on a server that I'm on, and I got capped by someone And I went back and I kept all my lands back. And I was like, bro, I just collected like 40 minutes ago. What are you doing capping my lands? He was like, all your lands was in bonus. And I'm like, ain't no way in the world my lands was in bonus. So I replicated that. I waited about 40 to 45 minutes. And from my test account, I went and looked at the lands on my main account. And all the lands was above 11K. And when I went on my primary account, the lands was at 7K. And I was like, how in the heck is this going on? And I had to go back and apologize to the dude because I went back and capped every land that he earned because I was in bonus.
And people rely on these logs. People rely on these logs to play together.
You're right.
The thing is,
you're right, because they're sending them online chat. Well, look, here, I have a picture of this, and I have this and this, and people are like, well, he was in bonus. Well, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's creating more stress in the game. The bottom line is this, because I don't think they really care about any of that stuff, but this is what it's doing for their player pool. It's creating more stress in the game, because what's the point of having a log if it's incorrect in the first place? You're going to use it to interact with other players. Make the damn log right, the same for everybody, so we see what's exactly going on, and we can just get on with enjoying the game. You know, it's causing turmoil and stress for people for no reason. You can't even prove a non-bonus cap anymore. You know, people are crying to me constantly about this as a leader. You know, and I'm just like, look, you know, even my own players, I'm like, how do you know it wasn't in bonus? Unless you were on and you saw the guy cap you, you don't know that it was in bonus or not. You can't.
Yeah, and they have the ability to tell you any and everything that you do in your account in game. Yeah. When you purchased what, when you did what, anything like that. So we know that they have the resources to make the logs right.
Yeah. Well, I want to know if they did it on purpose or if, you know, like, I mean, I know that's a conspiracy.
Look at all those 3 stars.
You know, like what in God's name? I have a little bit of programming knowledge, and I can't figure out, you know, what would the purpose of that be, and why would that even occur?
But
you know,
they may be letting it happen to start a war, just like the whole VP bonus land is a glitch.
But the thing is, if you're in a war, what's the difference? I understand it starts wars, but like when I go and you go into Legends Leagues, I'm going for number 1 anyway. So I'm not a tree hugger. I'm not waiting around.
Oh, thank you. Somebody with some sensibility. Some people don't care if it's in bonus or not, man. We're going to cap it and delete it if we want.
I don't care. Wake me up when you guys start a war. I'm not a tree hugger. I'm not sitting around waiting. That's the thing. I don't care. If that's a land and it's got 190,000 to it, I'm grabbing it. I don't care if it's 6K. I don't care what you think. It's war. It's all out war. I'm taking everything you got.
That's sensible. In Legends, that's sensible. In the lower leagues, it's not. Otherwise, you just end up pounding we're in server 3 this season, and you know, it's like the big kid, you know, going up to the weakest kid on the block, punching him in the face for no reason. Like, there's no need for that.
I know, but
it doesn't help the game.
It doesn't, but if you want to be the number 1 team, the thing is to win. So I'm going for number 1. I'm taking everything. I don't care.
I like that idea, but I don't think that's fair gameplay.
20 minutes into the season, you don't need to keep smashing people. And, you know, it's just.
Yeah, but if I'm trying to beat my personal VP high, that's my game that I'm playing. And I'm not necessarily playing by your rules. Thank you, Above Below. You make an excellent point. Those are their rules. They don't have to be my rules.
Exactly.
Right. I agree with that.
But who set the rules? Just because you're a bigger alliance, you set the rules? I don't play by those rules. I could care less.
No, you're right. I was in Fight Club for a long time, and when I was in Fight Club, there was one guy in Bourne. I forgot who it was. But regardless of anything, I don't care how many times you found a VP land, he kept that VP land, and he did everyone in Fight Club. I don't know how much money he spent, but his gameplay was, hey, I'm capping every single land Fight Club get. And he did that regardless of who it was, who the crown, the best players in Fight Club, it doesn't matter. He capped every single land every time we got one. And regardless if it was a regular land for food or whatever, it didn't matter. And that was his game style. That was how he played the game. That was what helped him stay competitive and motivated him to play the game. So I get it. It's all about.
I don't even care about guys. I don't care about lands or.
Sound like he had a grudge.
Hey, he had a big grudge.
I definitely think what the point is that we have actual correct stats. That's
a great point, and 100% valid. Yes, 100%. Regardless of any war, there should be consistency. The fact that Soldier just attested that he saw different values from different perspective on different devices is kind of alarming. Should be alarming. And yes, to get back to the point that you were making, I 100% agree with you, regardless of capping or not capping.
Hey guys,
we pay good money to play this game. We should have a glitch. That's the way I see it.
And it's actually been for a while now because we tested it months ago, and I think we did it with in Masters with a couple of other people, and they saw something different, and it's crazy that they haven't fixed it yet.
It is. So developers, if you're still watching, if you are,
hopefully they know what we're talking about. So Zalon, can you give them a rundown of what exactly maybe they don't realize what
I was just going to say that same thing.
Were you just going to say it, House? Oh my gosh. Could you believe a DOT community House was just going to say that? All right. So.
And Zalon, I'm sorry that you spent all, but if we could go back and talk about what you just.
Oh yeah, that was 21K. I tried 21 times just to make sure that it wasn't going to be the 21th time that I would get the 4-star. I got a ridiculous amount of 3 stars in there.
And a lot of Titan food, but from that little experiment you just did, I would say it's probably not necessarily wise to chase 4-star Titans in that fashion.
Yes.
But at the same time,
make sure you do it every day. Make sure you do it every day.
If there's a possibility, right?
Make sure you do it every day. Definitely. I mean, it's in there because I did it on my test account. That was the 10th time that I did it. Prometheo let me know it was roughly around 7 o'clock. Obviously, I knew I had some time before the stream, so I just started auto-rating battles on my test account just to see if I can do it. And I did after the 10th battle. So they're in there, okay? So don't think that since I didn't pull one here on the stream that they're not in there. They're in there.
It's probably a 1% drop. And since you get 3 drops, it's going to take about 33 tries, more than likely.
We'll see.
That makes sense.
It would be nuts to see more than 1 4-star in a drop. That would be nuts.
Hey, Zalon, I'm going to hop off real quick. I'll try to get back on soon.
All right. Well, thank you for joining. I'm probably going to be wrapping up soon, so it's all right.
You want to get party favors, bro?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Zalon party favors.
Party. Gotta re-snack, bro.
Party favors.
Oh, wait. Never mind. No.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
bye.
Churro, you almost ready?
Hey, all I want to know is Val has our 50 million VP this week.
No.
No.
No, I'm at 14.4 mil. I know. Well, next time we are seriously in a dead server. Like there's hardly any VP here.
It's no joke.
I'm hitting fully defended VP.
We won that server in 20 minutes, and we should not be in that server at all.
Yeah. And you know what? And what league you guys in?
Masters server, the last server in Master. It just filled up, yesterday or today?
Yeah, and my team is in, holy cow, I think we're in a champion server, and I think we're like 6th or 7th globally, and the team in front of us is 50 million in front of us. Let me check. Let me see here.
I thought for sure that I checked yesterday morning, and JJ was pretty far behind me. And then last night I looked again, and it was like a million difference. And I woke this morning, and he was like 2 mil ahead.
He's chugging along.
That I was hospitalized for the first couple of days this week. So there might have been a reason why I had a slow start. And now nothing going.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't play the first 2-3 days at all.
So we're going to do this again anyways, guys, so you'll get another chance to go for that 50 mil for sure.
I'm just playing my game. I didn't even get invited to the challenge. I'm just playing my normal game.
It was her and Chef.
It was. I am still above Chef, but JJ did pass me, so next time we're together, it's me and JJ.
Bring it. That'd be a good challenge because I know you crush it, and you'd probably push me pretty hard. So I look forward to that challenge. Because I'm just playing my normal, honestly. But I've seen your numbers, and they are very impressive.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun. I love push weeks because it's all out. You're just, the competition of it within, I know it's like the game competition and getting rank 1, but like the friendly competition within the alliance where everyone's kind of pushing each other and, I love that. I think it's so fun.
You guys are in Masters?
Yeah. We're the last, I'm pretty sure it's the last server in Masters.
Yeah, and then we're in Champions, and we got 425 million, and we're behind one Mayhem that's got 487.
Yeah, the team's awesome. I've had a lot of fun. Like, I think right now we're just getting to know everybody, and I don't know. I look forward to I look forward to war, actually. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's what we want. Is that for sure? But we can't go in the third server anymore. We gotta go for it.
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, agreed.
So this team is way overpowered for where we are. But Z-Man, I'm out. I got things to do. So I just want to thank you so much for having me on as your guest, and it's been fun.
I appreciate that, Sage. Thank you for being here.
All right, man. You guys take care.
All right.
Good night, Sage. Have a good night, Sage.
Good night.
All right. And with that, it's just after 10:30. I think I'm going to wrap up. I think I'm going to wrap up my stream too as well. Unless anybody has anything else they want to bring up for the round table, I think we're going to be closing it up. It was good. There was definitely some good heated discussions. Some people saying that they didn't agree. That's what we like. We like things that are not going to always be perfect because obviously everyone does play differently. So get your opinions out there. So I did like it. It was good. It was good. I do appreciate everybody watching in the chat too. I know we didn't read a lot of the comments. I know I tried to read as much as I could though here and there.
No.
So
you put Chance in charge. That's what you get.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but House, you were reading chat. You were doing a good job.
I was.
And interrupting people, but it's okay, House. It's all right.
You know what? I'm used to that. I'm used to that. Usually they don't say much because they look at me and go, wow, you're kind of big. I'm not going to say much.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm going to go over to Churro's stream and cause havoc.
I'm sure you are.
So, Lon, go ahead. Austin's going over to Churro's stream.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, yeah, no problem. What is it? Wait, is Churro live?
Is Churro live?
Churro will be live. So long you're not allowed. You're not allowed in. You got ticket 22.
Yeah, I got ticket 22. Very nice. Very nice.
I talked to Churro about it.
Did you talk to Churro about it? Okay, I'm glad you did. You got it all figured out.
I'm waiting on my face mask.
I know.
Me too.
So I want to thank Chance and Extinction for the donations. Chance and Extinction for the donations. That was very kind of them. And as well as having House, Austin Bird, JJ, Seth Roth, Shy, Soldier, Val, and many others earlier on the Discord as well. Vintage, Chance. Let me see if I can remember anybody else. Well, Sage, and also Churro, Prometheo.
Keep going down. You're missing.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
No JJ.
No, I just said everybody that's already in here.
Oh.
Chef God.
Yes. Even though Dee didn't come on. She still, I still was able to talk to her. She said she's pretty beat. It's okay though.
That's good. Tell her we miss her.
I know. I told her that everyone misses you.
She's been dropped from the YouTube scene a lot more than her normal activity.
I know. It's all right though. She's got a lot going on. Apparently.
It's always good to take care of real life.
Yes, it is. Thank you, ANJ. Thank you, Above Below.
All right. I better go make dinner for the children.
That's right.
What?
she's been neglecting her mom duties.
Yeah. Wow.
What time is it over there?
They're like 17 and 16.
They're fine. They're fine.
They're fine.
But it's one of those situations where it's like, what were you doing, Mom? And she's probably like, I was on a Roundtable stream, all right? Leave me alone.
Don't start with the headphones. Why are you laughing? You. What do you mean my headphones are fucked up? Stop. Okay.
Okay. I'm out.
All right,
good night, guys. Bye.
Yeah, I thought you were House. I thought you were. Yeah, he's muted. I thought he was actually sandwiches. Yeah, I gotta go make some. I gotta go make some sandwiches.
I think he was talking to his children.
Yeah, he was talking to his children. All right, DOT community. On that note, go enjoy a sandwich, and I will talk to you all possibly tomorrow night on a stream. We'll see, or Sunday. But I will talk to you all again very soon. Go see.